Hello and welcome to tonight's TPK. Thank you for joining us tonight as we figure out how coffee brews. No, we don't have an addiction problem. We could stop drinking coffee anytime we wanted. We seriously could.
It's not a drug. It's not a drug.
We don't want to. It's not. No.
It's not a drug.
It's legal.
It's legal.
They wouldn't let something be legal if it was bad for you.
Oh no.
So tonight we rejoin the heroes as they begin aggressive negotiations. The mines beneath Tor Taisad. So who wants to start off the recap from last time?
Recap.
We met the fat guy toward the end.
That was at the very end.
That was at the very end. Well done.
Do we
well
want
done.
to work our way backwards?
I guess
Yes.
it's like that Seinfeld episode where Kramer's sucker is getting bigger and bigger throughout the length of the episode. I'm game.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Great reference.
All right. So after you met the fat, no, let's not drive our audience insane. After you met the fat elf before you met the fat elf, long before.
We didn't get tricked by little demonic beetles or birds or whatever was in the little cavern that you were talking to.
Oh, okay. Wait. We had a whole duel way before all that.
Yep. There was
I'm working my way.
We're not going backwards.
We're not doing that.
We are starting from the beginning.
I can't
Get with the program.
I can't think that way.
All right, you guys were up in the tunnel, way up in the ceiling.
Yeah, we fought.
Up in the probable spidery nest up there of some sort.
Yes, tunnels of doom. Right.
And we were on somewhere else in the
water.
cavern, in the water, yeah. And like 6 guards were down below you guys.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
And the party was arguing whether or not to go engage them in combat. And there was a lot of arguing, and Bard just went underwater and started juggling blue rocks.
No, you weren't underwater juggling.
I wasn't underwater juggling.
You said Bard went underwater and started juggling.
You're right.
He went
That's
underwater.
fair.
Yeah, but
that's an important distinction. We went into the other room, and then Bard went onto the shore and then started juggling blue rocks. How a dog does that, you'll have to find out in the special.
The special features edition.
Special features edition.
Are you going to do that live?
After the Thrones.
The deleted scenes.
The deleted scenes. The Andy special session that he does for after the session review thing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go over how juggling.
For
$5.99. For $5.99 if you subscribe. All right, somebody else take it away from here. We get into combat.
Help!
Gary.
Gary can do it. Gary's turn.
We got into combat. We beat the guards up.
That's right. Yep. You nearly managed to prevent them from making enough noise to attract anyone else from coming down. Almost.
My execution was flawless.
As it always is.
Per usual.
So your 2 miscasts weren't a factor?
That didn't happen.
What, Mr.
Someone's in denial.
Yep. So then we regrouped and we ran back because we heard the big guy coming with multiple buddies. And we dove back under the pond and we went to the other side, and then they collapsed the tunnel behind us.
Yep.
So we were forced to continue down the place towards the crucible. And
Oh, you forgot about the doggy charades. You played dog charades.
Did I do charades?
Yeah, to tell us that the tunnel was collapsing, and for some reason we keep sending the non-verbal member of the party to find things out.
That was when one of our audience suggested the Lassie guessing game.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at that point, what did we do?
what-
Aaron. Popcorn Aaron.
What?
Popcorn Aaron.
We just moseyed on our way and argued about Weast or
Or
Yeast or
Weast.
Weast, and we settled on Weast.
It was actually east or south.
Sure.
That's right.
we went in a direction.
It's at this point I'll remind you can look at the map if you
Yeah,
want
we
to.
have
It's
we have
down
access
there,
to the
'cause
full map now that
you
we've
guys-
circled the entire
I mean,
thing.
I had access to the full map the last game when I just destroyed
Yep, so
the
we
cover.
circled this entire location. We wound up in, well,
Point at it with the fire.
No, please don't.
Biased.
Our viewership just skyrocketed as they watched the studio burn.
It'll look just like that.
We ran into a narrow passage where we were approached by a orc woman named Cyclops, who Gary took very fond interest in.
That's right.
To which she led us back to the camp,
To
where Lord Phytar.
Phytar, right?
Well, not Lord Phytar, but Magistrate or something like that.
Farik.
Oh,
Farik?
The
Is it
Khazar
Pasha? No.
he's the Khazar of the mines, so he's in charge of it, kind of the administrative lead.
Fatty Farik.
Yep, and you guys met him. Things were going great. Right about the time that a messenger arrived, Melusine started trying to curtsy and depart.
Yeah, I'm good at both of those things.
And we resume tonight outside the tent as you stand inside the central fort underneath Tor Taisad as the alarm bells begin to go off. Farik, having received the letter that no doubt communicates who exactly you are, and
That's a big thing to assume.
I mean, it could also have just invited him to tea and crumpets upstairs.
Well,
but
you said we stepped out of the tent?
you guys are outside the tent now.
Okay.
Back inside the tent, Farik, Cyclops, and the guards. You guys are outside the tent. So
Cyclops is with us.
no, she's the sergeant.
I'm sorry, but you're about to have to kill your lover.
Oh.
Would be a lover.
So we begin tonight right outside that tent, out in the mines, out in the caves, as you all have a moment to yourselves.
Yes, let's go to the elevator right now. Right now. We go. We run.
Okay.
We briskly walk.
What?
To the elevator? So
We have to wait on Cyclops.
No, we don't.
Oh, no, we don't.
We need to go.
Oh,
She has work to do. We are going to leave.
well, we can help her.
I don't
The
think
work
we
might
can.
want to kill us. Now
Yeah, I
let's
think
go.
we're the work. We need to go. Or you can stay. I don't care, really. I'm leaving.
Andy, what do the alarm bells sound like? Does it sound like Carol of the Bells or
God.
something like that?
No, it sounds very. So it began at the back of the tent. You heard an alarm bell being rung, and as soon as that bell started ringing, the bells in the 4 towers around the fort began to ring, and now the you can hear that ringing begin to spread out through the rest of the cavern and echo throughout the cavern. Hmm?
Oh yeah, are all the bells in the same key, or do they have different sizes?
Nope.
Dissonant.
There's like nope.
Isn't it?
Very
My
dissonant
bard ears
tones.
are like judging their bells quite harshly.
You should. Indeed, you should. They're not in sync.
Can we see the elevator from the tent?
So you can see on your maps there that the elevator is near where you are, but not immediately adjacent.
I guess.
You're in the fort.
We're in the fence.
You're in the central fort surrounded by a palisade. So you're like on a little fort, a raised fort, and then around that is a low palisade. So you guys are in that area, in the central fort area.
Is there a nearby slave that's not Bernard?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm going to snap my fingers. Come here.
The young woman shuffles over.
Could you be a dear and direct us to the elevator and let us up? That'd be wonderful. Very quickly.
Okay. She bows and turns and motions you towards the gate. At the gate, you can see that there are a pair of Galthani guards that are hurriedly barring the gate to the fort. They don't know. You can guess that they don't know what has caused the alarm to go off, but they are preparing for whatever necessity.
Oh, gods, you're doing a wonderful job, but we actually need to go through. You see, we're going to be fighting the thing the alarm is going off about, and we need to be up at the top. So, thank you.
Roll a deception or persuasion, your choice.
Hold on, let's see which ones.
Can the dog assist?
I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll say you're all assisting, so go ahead and roll with advantage.
We're all giving them the pressured eye, like, are you a good guard? Good guard?
Are you a good guard?
Orin?
You are not.
8. Was with advantage.
8?
Yeah.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, madame, you have a missive from the Corsair?
Nothing in writing. We don't really have time to wait for something. Can you not hear the alarm bells going off?
I am sorry, I cannot allow you past
Wait,
this gate.
hold on. Here's your missive. Fuck you. Let us out.
Very beginning.
We have to go now.
I go for his crotch.
Oh, okay. Well, that escalated quickly. Roll a.
I saw him flick him off. I mean,
Cyclops is gonna come out here, and you won't want her wrath.
So, roll an attack.
all right. Sorry, Chaos got one full struck. All right, roll to attack. What we got? This is looking good. That would be a 17 to hit, maybe.
Oh yeah, no, that definitely hits.
That'd be 9 groinal damage, sir.
Okay.
I feel like that should be double damage.
Bard,
I agree.
Bard
Automatic.
tackles. Bard tackles the Galthani guard, who screams on the ground as his friend looks at you, realizes you're not doing anything to stop the dog from attacking, and goes to stab Bard with his spear.
Can I use my bonus action to warp behind the approaching guard?
Oh God.
He's right next to you.
Ripping it off.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
you go?
Just
Like behind, like out of view. So I just went, and then.
You take a ball with you?
sure. I'll yeah. Go ahead and do your
Flavor?
your warp drive. The dice have spoken. Eve.
I did a mouthful and I'm not going anywhere.
I'm gonna, I guess, attempt to try to dissuade him.
Bard, does a 14 hit you?
No.
No, the spear goes wide as
Does it hit the other guy?
Now that he
No.
missed, I want to jump in. Whoa.
Sir,
Don't
how
you attack
dare
our
you?
dog. You
So
let us out.
Animal cruelty.
If only you had listened. We told you to let us up the elevator. Now,
Cyclops
if,
will be here shortly.
speaking of Cyclops, there's a commotion from the tent behind you
I told you.
as she's about 30 feet away from you. Cyclops opens the tent, and you see this look of resolve on her face as 4 Galthani guards, in various states of finishing up the last of their mismatched armor, step out of the tent behind her.
you're in trouble now. You might as well let us
You're
go.
in
Your
trouble.
punishment will be a lot less.
All right. What are you trying to roll an intimidate check?
Sure.
Okay.
Threatening him with the groinal pain of a dog.
So the other one's out down on the ground screaming as Bard is literally tearing him a new hole. roll an intimidate check, I guess.
Can he get assistance from the blood-covered dog with a penis in its mouth?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
He's
there
he's
anymore.
definitely intimidated.
8.
8.
What? That's what
Two,
advantage
roll the
is?
2 and the 3.
It's what happens when Bard tries to help.
I guess we'll just wait and see what she says when she gets here.
I guess so.
All right. So she's coming down the hill towards you, and she steps up to you, the heavy glaive in her hand. She goes, "Honored elder, honored elder.
Yes. Sweet to hear you.
I must insist that you stay here."
No, that doesn't sound good.
Oh,
Right, well, we can come back for him.
No.
All
I
of
will come
your
back for him. him later.
All
No,
of
we're not
your
leaving him.
companions must stay.
Well, we having dinner?
What kind of provisions have you made for our stay?
I'm quite hungry.
I need my own tent.
Come this way. My guards will take your weapons. She points forward, and the guards move in to disarm you. They're going to take your weapons.
No, thank you, but we'll hang on to them. I appreciate you trying to lessen our burden, but I think we have it covered.
Honored Eldar,
Hey,
understand. I am the sergeant. I must do what I must.
well, why don't you come with us? What are you afraid of here? Why do you let these dwarves and humans... Oh, not humans, I mean the dwarves and elves tell you what to do.
I have taken an oath
To who?
to Farik.
What has Farik ever done for you?
He pays me in coin.
That is the only thing you're bound by. Coin.
I have sired 4 children and tamed 6 horses.
Oh,
I have nothing left to prove.
you don't have to tell me how beautiful you are, it's obvious. But we know of a location where there's more gold than you could ever imagine.
That's true.
Very true.
That's very
That is
true.
exactly where we're trying to go to until we had the tunnel collapse on us.
I am to take you to Farik. He must discern your fate.
What if we can pay you more?
What's your price?
I am not for sale.
Oh, of course you're not for sale. That would be like you were a human slave. No, you are a strong and powerful orc woman, and we would like you to join us, and we will pay you to be our companion. I pay my companions all the time.
Well, there is a reason.
I like come up.
There is a reason I do wander with them.
I'm very lonely.
The truth comes out.
I feel resistant.
You will make me take you, honored elder.
Oh. Well, if you want to carry me, that's quite sweet.
This is not an easy thing that I do.
Oh.
She steps back and lowers the glaive towards you. All your weapons are raised up.
I believe you're going to have to break that.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Well, you're just going to have to slice me. I'm
All right.
not going to raise a weapon to you.
Okay.
I'm
So
just
what are the
gonna
rest
sta-
of-
I'm just gonna stand there and stare at her.
So there are 5 other Galthanite guards. One on the ground who's in the fetal position. He's the 6th, but he's not a threat. There's one behind you that's armed with a spear, and 4 others in front of you that are all armed with spears. You're standing at the gate to this fort. The alarm bells have stopped ringing, but you can definitely hear that there's a lot more commotion in the camp. So,
While I'm standing there, I'm gonna reach into my pocket and get a little bit of water in my hands, and I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself. It doesn't really show anything. I cast it on myself.
okay. Anyone else doing anything?
I'm gonna jump up and fly 60 feet into the air and arm my crossbow.
Cool. All right, we're going to commence
Now
combat
let's-
then.
Now we're going.
Let's get down to combat.
All right. I was reading something.
Charge the table.
Forgot that too.
It's my BTPK tonight.
Whoop. Just to be fair, I'm going to go ahead. Just kind of guy I am. I'm going to go ahead and charge the table at 12 for you guys.
12. Oh, you're lovely.
Yeah.
You're so
Don't
nice.
say I don't do anything for you.
She can fly, she can fly, she can fly, she can fly.
Could you toss on the princess?
That was
Do you want
good.
this pen?
No, the pen. Soule.
He's good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's my Christ place pen. And we can leave that here.
Okay.
Barb, what are you eating today?
I have a mixture of Count Chocula and some Lucky Charms here. Wow. Human dog food.
So you're at the gate.
Chocolate for
Which
the
is
dog.
here,
Yeah.
and your palisade.
Somehow the chocolate's not killing him.
Oh, if only.
Okay. Palisade goes up to here. Yep. So the tent you came from is this large structure up here. She came out of that.
Yes.
And you guys are at the gate here.
Did you bring down the other minister?
Yes, it did.
Don't worry about it. I shouldn't ask.
Yeah. If only I had some explosive curry right now.
Oh, God.
Completely out though.
Please don't.
Okay, Orn, you're here. Melusine, you're here. Eve, you're flying.
Here. Andy.
Oh, thank you. I actually found the other boxes.
Nice.
So. Okay, and you got Thoric. So he's up front. Belnab, which is going to be up here. Let me rebase that model for you, Orn. That's Bard. Oh, Bard, you're over here chewing the guys' nads off. And I think that's...
Gary
I feel like we're missing somebody.
Thor.
and Gary.
Yeah, that's who we're missing.
Yeah, we have Thor, and then Nora will be just behind me doing nothing, as usual.
So, what's your... I guess we can't really talk strategy right now.
Not
Go
to
ahead.
die.
Yell about it if you want.
Oh, all I know is I have a temporary shield on me.
Well, that doesn't
When I
help
get
us.
hit, it will explode
Alright.
those around me.
She's
now
going to
we
step
are
back to
that.
there.
Including us.
No, the people that hit me.
Oh.
Silly goose.
When it comes to you, I'm never sure.
Two, and this guy's over here.
We had a long rest between sessions, right?
Nope.
Oh yeah, that's
Nope. That was a interesting decision, but no long rest. So, with that note, we're going to begin the combat.
Of course, we would get into combat when I don't have my character sheet.
It's okay. You guys can blame the dog this time.
The dog ate my
Blame
character
dog
sheet.
every time.
No, for engaging in combat, sort of.
Yes. That was your fault.
You could have just knocked them out and gotten on, but
You
you
could have just let
Ooh.
him kill the dog.
Whom is rolling initiative?
I mean, I'll start it off. 16.
9.
All
You
right.
guys win.
Let's go.
Orn, you're up first, sir.
Alright, at least I know my attack stuff.
Murder horse.
Alright, so I'm going to roll both my attacks. If I can find my... Alright. So whoever is nearest me, doesn't matter.
love the feathers.
Thank you.
16 to hit.
Or I should say quill.
16 to hit. Yes, sir. That hits.
What about 13?
13? Alright, so which one are you charging? This guy?
Whoever's the closest one.
Alright, he's closest. He is dead. Orin, you carve through him.
Yeah, I've been 12 plus 6 damage.
Yep.
So.
He is just obliterated.
Well, that was easy.
Yep. As he slumps back onto the ground, not being able to hold his guts in.
Good.
The
We collect the guts for Bod to eat later.
Eve.
Thank you.
As you survey the scene, you can see that there are teams of guards that have cut off the 3 other entrances into the. So if you look at your map of the mines, where do you guys' map go? All right, cool. You look at the map on the mines, you'll see that there are 3 exits from the. There are 3 exits from the palisade area, the garrison area that you guys are in. All 3 of those exits have teams of guards in them, and they are not. They don't seem to be actively seeking you. They're just standing at the gate, looking around, waiting for something to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So the alarm bell went off, and now they're waiting to figure out why on earth they were alerted.
Are you talking about here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So no one else other than the people we are attacking are aware.
Right. And since it's dark down here, they can't really see to you all the way. The only reason you can see them is because there are torches near the near the gates near them. The area around you, though, is very well lit because there are 2 large bonfires near the chasm that you are rather close to.
This is my favorite song.
It's like super involved.
There's an exit right here that goes straight to that elevator, though, isn't there? The one that we were going out, where the slave led us towards the elevator.
She was leading you towards the main gate in this. So if you look at the little central square area, you guys are there. And I'll put up the for anyone who's interested. Here is what they're seeing, what they're talking about. So you guys are in the central area down here, and you guys are in the central walled area surrounded by a palisade, just north of the 2 bonfires.
Gary.
Huh?
I hate your girlfriend.
I do too.
We're probably going to kill her.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good. Don't hurt her. Don't do it.
I'm not a big fan.
All right, and with that, it's over to Eve. That's why I was describing what you were saying, so you knew what to do. What do you want to do?
I'm going to aim and fire. Try and keep.
Which one are you targeting?
I'm gonna target the one at the other end.
Okay.
So the most out of the way one.
Nice.
24 to hit.
Good job on getting
Yes.
the dice. we got a new set, or she got a new set.
7 to hit.
Okay, well,
Or excuse me,
Loaded
7
dice.
damage.
What did you say?
Loaded dice.
Oh no, I got some of the bad rolls out of the way already.
7 damage?
Uh-huh.
So that's number. Yep. So he's at -7. All right. Cool. Very good. He takes an arrow, stumbles back,
To the
and
knee?
not to the knee. No love. Gary. She's staring right at you.
I'm gonna hold my action.
Of course you
For
would.
what? You can hold your action. You need to declare a specific
Kill.
thing that will
Trigger
your reaction. Thank you. That word.
The only thing that'll trigger my action will be anyone hitting me besides her.
So
Anyone hitting
she
you?
hits, yeah, if anyone attacks him.
Okay.
You know, like getting attacked by.
Fair enough.
So only she can attack you.
All right.
Yeah, unless she hits me.
Mellow scene. So there's a guard very near to Honora. He looks as though he's trying to make up his mind which one he's going to attack. Honora or Gary.
I am going to. Oh, it's really close. No, I don't care. I'm going to attempt to acid slash. We're gonna
one?
see.
This one?
Yeah. All right, control. No.
Oh, I meant to talk about that. Okay, so remind me at break I need to talk about the magic thing.
Oh.
So,
2.
So, yeah, fizzles out. Fun times.
Story of my life.
Okay.
Good
And
job.
Bard. Does Bernard do anything? Yeah, now?
Yes, he does.
I always forget to ask.
I forget about him too. I made him. Yeah.
Well, he's property, so what are you gonna do?
I know, it's really difficult to keep track of all my slaves. I'm gonna go with he's gonna attack with his longsword.
Yep.
At who?
At
People! Who are they
Aurora.
attacking?
The one close. Oh, he's over there.
Yeah, if he moves through here, you feel certain he will be attacked.
Well then, whoever is, I guess, closest.
This guy?
Sure. Okay, looks great. 14 to hit.
Yes, it does.
And then I add strength to the damage for him.
Yes, ma'am.
9.
9? Okay. Having already taken an arrow, as Bernard rushes forward, he is unable to raise his arm fast enough to block the sword, and Bernard hacks him down.
Wait, that was the one that
That
took
was
the
on your hit?
arrow?
I thought you said that was
No,
one.
I said the one on the outside.
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Oh.
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 The guy teases him. He's like, "Oh, I'm dead." No, I'm not.
He played dead.
He played dead.
You're absolutely right.
Bard is intrigued
No,
now.
that's my fault with the note taking. Sorry. And with that, Bard.
All right. Is the guy below me still alive? Or functionally capable in combat right now?
No, he is not functionally capable of combat. He is still alive, though. He's bleeding badly.
You
And,
castrated him.
Yeah.
He looks like he wishes he wasn't
You had
alive.
a lovely bunch of coconuts there.
Well, if he'd like a job as a eunuch, then
Hey, I mean,
I can
we're
get him
hiring.
a good job.
Ugh. Bard, what are you doing?
I look up to Milsine as if the.
Is something
Keep this
dangling
one
out of your
alive.
mouth?
As you spit out the hunk of meat that's currently in your mouth.
I'm afraid at this point he's going to bleed out. Go for the throat.
Can I do to draw?
Yeah, you can. He can't stop you.
All right, so that's just gonna be my full action.
That's
or
your
do
full
you-
action?
Do you need me
That
to
is
roll
the
to
road.
No,
attack? Okay.
nope. Yeah, you get the impression that he's almost grateful. And
All right,
with that,
wait.
I guess-
As I'm just joyfully ripping into his throat, my collar will ring, and I will give a bardic inspiration over to our other warrior-esque person. That I don't know.
You mean the only warrior?
Born?
Oh yeah.
I thought you were gonna say the other eunuch, and it was gonna be to Bernard.
That would be kind of funny. I'm not even bardic inspiration to it.
from one flawless freak to another.
All right, so you have bardic inspiration.
School the
Could I
best.
use an
Is that a
action to try
1d6
to
for
like,
one thing?
Yeah.
to try to
Ability
like
check,
plead or try to plead with her to like to stop the
Sure.
fighting?
Sure.
I'm gonna say,
What do
"Oh,
you say?
please stop fighting. We don't need this violence. Come with us. We need to get out of here. Please."
You had a chance.
Gary, roll a persuasion check.
Wait, now we can roll a persuasion?
Can we assist?
Can I assist?
I
I
would-
don't think we're very
He can't. You can't. You should have disadvantage. I'm not giving him disadvantage
I
Does
think-
matter.
in combat.
I don't think it's gonna
I feel like
matter.
that's the best.
6.
6.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna matter.
No, she's.
Not
She's
yet.
resolved.
I am sorry.
She speaks like a dragonborn.
All right. No. That's.
Have you listened to me? I don't sound like that.
Nobody sounds quite like you.
And with that, it's over to their initiative. This guy's going to attack. Gary looks more threatening. He's going to attack Gary. Yeah. 22 to hit you, Gary. So
Ugh.
that will be 6 points of piercing damage.
Jeez.
He now takes 10 points of frost damage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
It's
Did you just blow your load on that?
That's his armor
Nope.
he was talking
I
about.
still got it up.
Special armor.
He takes how much damage, you say?
10.
10?
10.
Okay. He screams and falls back in agony. Still alive, but very, very badly injured.
So wait, he fell to the ground?
Nope, he just staggered back.
He's gonna look back and kind of growl at him.
These two guys are both going to attack Benab. One's got an 11, the other one has a 22.
22 will hit.
Okay. 6 points of damage on Benab, piercing. And with that, the orc woman is going to step forward, and she's going to...
And TPK.
Yep. She is going to get to right here to where she can hit.
Can you repeat that damage? I'm sorry.
Six piercing.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Her base is a little bigger than it should be, so just bear that in mind. She's only taking 5 foot square. Orn, she's going to attack you, and she's going to attack Bard, and she's going to attack Thoric.
What? She gets 3 attacks?
Yabo.
We are way outclassed right now.
Is she like a level 15?
Some of
should have
us
been
are
attacking
very
her
classy. I'm not outclassed by
10?
anybody
When
here.
did you get 3 attacks?
3. She might have a special.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, she may have a special thing, but that's not going to help her. Orn, I'm guessing a 8 doesn't hit you.
No.
What?
Getting close.
Bard, a 9.
9!
Thoric, however, is definitely hit on a 24.
Well, that's what happens when you're not here.
Yep.
Just kidding.
So,
Thor.
Not really.
But really.
Not really.
How much damage does he take?
you know, I really should have written down. I think his AC was 18. Sorry, Manny. If it's not, I think his AC was 18, and his hit points.
She's gonna call me a cheat.
How many hit points? What's your maximum hit points, Horn?
Mine's 20.
Cool. Really easy to keep track of. He is going to. Cool.
Looking inside of it. Look around. Oh, no.
So, with that, it's over to the last guard who's going to attack Orn as well. Orn does a 14 hit you.
Nope.
All right, cool. New round initiative. Who's rolling?
Eve.
You got the good dice, right?
I got 15.
8.
Alright.
So, Bard.
Alright.
You finished your wiener sandwich.
Yes, now that I'm done, I spit it out.
The hot
And,
dog.
Not very
which one was the one that got pushed back? Was it the one way
The
over?
guy behind me is the one that. You mean the one that hit me?
He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't get pushed back. It was just a figure of speech. He's still in position.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
right there. Yeah.
Can I try to warp over there and bite? Warp as bonus action and chew. Warp and chew.
Warp and chew. So you want to warp and bite. Yeah. Roll your warp first.
Warp and chew.
Warp and bite.
That's a 5, and the attack is
that
16 hit.
Yes, a 16 will hit.
If you're a Pokemon, that would be your
And
Pokemon
the
name.
9 piercing damage.
Warpachu.
Warp and chew.
Bard.
Kind of warp and chew.
Appearing out of thin air, Bard leaps atop the Galthani and brings him to the ground, ripping out his windpipe. And with that,
Good boy.
you need like to get little dog
Notches.
notches or something like
Little dog bones, like the
Throats,
Georgia
balls,
Bulldogs.
Yes.
Get my war helmet on.
It's a whole menagerie
Battle
of
dog.
different kill types. Millicene.
I'm gonna try magic again.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna say what it is until I figure out what it is, if I can even cast it. 10!
Success.
Aha! Alright, I'm gonna do magic missile at the girlfriend.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh.
She's gonna save it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Auto hits and doesn't go save.
Oh, auto hit? Sweet.
Does it? It does it auto hit?
Yeah, magic
Just
missile.
Yeah, magic
Yeah,
missile.
magic
Yeah, oh,
missile.
yeah.
It automatically hits. All right.
Look, it's me. So,
You can still miss.
You should
yes.
definitely.
I 100% can still miss because it's me.
Wait, what?
That's a good roll for magic missile.
11. Damage.
Yeah,
It's good.
That was max, yeah.
I did something.
No.
I
Everybody
used
stops and
magic! I used
Finally.
magic, you guys.
Is that your first successful spell?
No.
In a while.
In a while, yeah. Well, that higher education's paying off. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for sending me to wizard school.
Wizard school? Did you meet Harry Potter?
I didn't go to school, I had private tutors.
Okay.
Duh.
Does Benab Wish to attack?
Yeah, he's gonna.
Finish.
Yeah, he'll finish. He'll finish the guy.
I forgot this guy's dead.
21.
Yes, ma'am.
21.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the damage?
And that's gonna be
Take his average +1.
9.
Yep, he's dead. So very, very
It's
dead.
kind of like
Hacked
like
down
the-
by
like
Ben
the-
Up. Ben Up, earning his pay,
Finally.
which
He doesn't get
isn't
paid.
hard for him to do.
Well,
Board,
he gets paid a little.
earning his board.
sure.
With that, it's over to you, Gary.
It's an honor to serve.
So you witnessed a display of combat prowess that you haven't seen in a very long time, as Cyclops dances about with this long polearm in her arms,
Missed me.
landing a magnificent blow on Thoric. It's only by the skin of their teeth that Bard and Orn were able to avoid getting hit.
Was even close.
Just barely.
Barely even.
Just barely even missed.
It just like poofed through me.
That's right.
I'm gonna use my action again to still plead with her. Please, come with us now.
All right.
You don't need to die today this way. You can get more money with us, please.
Still trying to recruit. Oh my god.
Roll a persuasion check.
I mean, the law of large numbers is in his favor.
I haven't rolled above a 3 today.
An HR recruiter who's watching us is gonna be like, yes. I need that plan.
Persuasion?
Yes, sir.
15.
Valiant.
This music is perfect.
Isn't
It's
it?
holding me
She-
in suspense.
She looks at you, and she takes and she like lowers her blade for a moment, as you realize the two of you have almost a meeting of the minds.
Attack her now.
Eve, your action.
I'm gonna shoot the other guy again.
Okay.
Same guy.
That is firing into combat, so if you miss, there's a chance you'll hit Ben out. This guy's not engaged in. Doesn't have anyone.
Now, could she move
Fine,
to
I'll
a
do
better advantage point?
Whatever.
If you're firing into close combat, you always have a chance.
Regardless,
Yeah.
okay.
Alright, I'll hit the guy not engaged then.
Okay.
Or I'll attempt to.
He's single, so lonely.
14 to hit.
Yes.
7 points of damage.
And with that, it's over to Orn. And you see him catch an arrow. Next to you, you see Cyclops. She's aware of your presence. She hasn't forgotten about you, but she's staring down Gary. She doesn't seem threatening you at this moment.
Well, I'm gonna make sure she knows that I'm there.
Okay.
With both my weapons. Nat 20.
Ooh.
21 on the other one.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, are you breaking the love trance right now?
I'm imagining like the scene from Pride
Yes.
and Prejudice where they're like all of a sudden
She's just
dancing
a-
in the private room.
Now, with the nat 20, is it double the roll?
Double the damage.
With
Double the damage, so it's 6, 12, 15 plus 7. Math equal
22.
Wait, what was that?
25. 16 plus 7.
All right.
Wait,
so
60 plus 7?
16 plus
It's
You said
23.
15 plus 7.
15
I don't know,
plus 7.
23. Sorry. Yeah, math.
So
None of us here are
23,
math people.
I'm
26.
so lost. Okay. So
26.
20,
I'm the
26.
engineer,
What about your
so
other
I math.
attack?
5.
Is that including your other attack?
Yeah, that was everything.
All right. So 26. All right. So.
Somebody
42.
watching good at math. Can you math
Yeah.
for us?
We need a calculator.
All right.
Please calculate for us.
She.
Street.
Orn catches her with his katana. Actually, catches her with both of his blades and wounds her.
Pretty good.
Yep, looks pretty good. But she's still up. She looks like she's
Yeah. Now
Injured.
it's her turn, isn't it?
yep. And with that, congratulations, Orn.
One
Got
for
her attention. You win the prize. How would you like your sheepdog wrapped? And
The what wrap?
that's
Sheepdog,
gonna
no,
be
sheepdog. You're a mutt.
man.
Yeah.
Does a 20? Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay. No. What an 18?
18? Yes.
Okay. All right. So she's gonna do a. Yep. 8 points of slashing damage to you. faster. Whoops. All right. So she does that, and then the other guy with his spear. He just can't hit anything. The guy who's attacking Bernard also does a 12 hit Bernard.
Yep.
All right, cool. That's their action. As stated, these guys do not look like professionals.
She's not doing a bad job.
Even
She is
with
a
my
professional.
shitty rolls.
Shitty bang bang.
Is it initiative time again?
Yes, I don't know why I was waiting on you guys
Gary,
for.
roll.
Thank you, Gary. 16.
12.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. All right. So coming at Bernard again. God damn it. All right, and
His beret and cigarette was too much.
she is really angry at you, Orin, so she's going to put all of
She's
her
probably about to put me
attention.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
I'm,
real.
Yeah. All right.
I'm at 5 HP, so
Yep, she's going to hit you for 16 points of damage.
16.
Yep, because she
Good God.
hit you twice. So 16 points of slashing damage.
That almost hits my. I'm down.
Negative.
Fortunately, she missed you with the third attack. And with that, so you go down. I have been forgetting about Thoric this whole time.
Oh crap!
So that's like 2.
Yep.
2
Let
or
him
3.
heal somebody.
Yep, so go ahead and add 8 hit points. Does that put you back up?
Yeah. I'm at 0, so anything will.
No. I mean, if you'd been healed beforehand. You'd already been hit, right?
I mean, I would have been at 17, so I have 1 HP.
Cool.
Perfect.
He's back up.
Knocked down. But I get up again.
And the last guy is going to swing at Orin because that's what. Nope, he's going to miss. He's going to miss. He's going to miss.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss.
You're trying to take me down, aren't
You
you?
really need to be careful
No,
with
no, I'm not.
You're just you're mad that I got a
With
nat
that,
20 on your girl.
It's time for Orin's
go?
initiative.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
So I'm going to attack with both weapons.
You attacking her again?
Yes. So that one misses. So my main weapon misses 14 plus 5 to attack. So 19. Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay. Total of 6 damage. And then action surge. We got one of those left. Nat 20 again.
So that's 26 plus
21.
26, so that's 32 points of damage.
What?
You'd already done 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
So if you're doing 26 points of damage on the critical. Oh, you're not. That's your set. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
So a D8 at 16 plus 3.
19.
Okay. Plus 5.
24.
Plus 3.
27.
And that's my action surge attack.
So that's everything.
Okay.
Plus the 6 I did before.
So it's 30 points of damage.
This round for me.
All right. She falls.
Haha.
Yep. Such class.
I don't have any ice breath left.
And
Gotcha.
when she does, yep, both of these guys. This guy's going to turn tail and run. This guy's going to turn tail
Attack
and
of
run.
opportunity.
And
Okay,
Bernard
disengage.
is going to, he
I want to shoot. Let me shoot him.
That's not their initiative, so go for it.
It's actually her initiative.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, have they had a chance to work on this turn?
Not this turn. Yeah.
Okay, so
Save
they're still
the
in
hit?
front of us.
No.
No mercy.
Any of you who wish may attack the guys moving away because you're going to have. Well, I guess Bernard can attack. He's close
Yeah,
enough
that's
to
what I'm
attack.
saying.
So
He wants to attack. Alright.
well, if it's with range, he can. If it's melee, he can't.
Wait, do
because
I
they
get-
disengage.
Do I get
it's
an
not-
action
It's not
here?
their turn.
Oh, it's not their turn. That's right.
Their turn.
You're right.
Oh, okay.
Do I go?
7.
yeah, go for it.
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
To hit? No, ma'am.
Okay, with my action, I'm gonna run up to her,
Okay.
and I have a potion that I had from
Don't
Laura.
waste it
Are
on
you
her.
kidding?
Do
And
not
I'm gonna
waste
hold
it.
her head up, and I'm gonna
No!
dunk it in her mouth.
I'm going to
Oh my
punch his
God.
head off.
You
Yes.
stupid orc.
As
Don't encourage it.
Oh my
How
God.
much does
Back
she?
off.
As
And then will she respond?
was that the minor healing? The minor
better
minor
be.
cure?
It was Manning had a bunch of them.
minor cure.
Just-
minor
and I
cure.
grabbed
All right.
one,
Roll, it's
before I
1d8
took
plus 1d8 plus 3 or 10.
Right. Or 8.
Wasted
Yes.
a potion.
28
We're
plus
gonna
3.
kill her.
So she gets 4.
Kill her for
I rolled a
principle
1.
now.
She coughs. She coughs briefly.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's go ahead.
Is she in your arms?
She's in my arms. Yeah.
I'm going to kill both the orcs.
Just nursing her with this
She
potion.
coughs, and her eyes refocus. Elda, why?
Come with us, please.
Oh my god.
Good God.
I can't live without you.
This is not the fate you deserve.
Yes, it is.
Yes, she deserved to die.
If Ginsha wishes me to survive,
Yes.
I owe you my life now.
Oh my God.
Ross say.
Did we just get a work
Can I help her to her feet? And then be like, we got to get out of here.
She kind of like picks herself up and will position back.
For hell's sake, let's just get out of here.
So, oops. There we go.
I'm gonna like walk with one of her arms around my shoulder to like
Of course you are.
help her out.
Who's gonna be helping you out?
Right, yeah.
What are so the other guard ran off into the tent, and you hear sort of some muffled shouts coming from the tent.
We need to go now.
All right, you're at the gate. No one is watching this gate here, so if you want to, you can easily open the gate,
Yes.
which is barred by a single board.
Let's
As
open it.
as she's leaning on Gary, she looks around and she goes,
I have given my life for Farik. Now I serve my people again. The elevator is near. Take me to the elevator, and I will show you out.
Let's
Can I
go.
see it from where I am? Can I see it from where I'm flying?
Yes, you can. You can see it on the map there.
Okay,
Right
let's
there.
hurry.
Yep.
Let's go quick.
So
We'll make our way there.
past the outside the gate, you guys head out to the entrance to the palisade. You approach a gate that has again been barred by another group of guards.
So many
They're
bars.
sort of milling around,
barred.
Oh, there's another gate.
and there's the external gate on there.
Oh, we went
Yeah.
out that one.
Yep.
Okay.
So as you approach this gate, they're about to like stop you, and they see Cyclops with you, and they sort of like straighten up a little bit. Cyclops goes,
Open the gate. Let these heroes by.
Need to get our help.
as they like quickly open the gate, and you guys are able to rush through without any trouble.
With 1 HP left, yeah, no trouble.
It's fine.
Be great if someone had a
It's just
healing
a flesh
potion.
wound.
Oh
Just a
wait.
flesh wound.
Thor has all the healing potions.
Oh yeah, no, he can definitely heal you guys.
He got like I think 6, and I
Sweet.
took one from him because I told him he couldn't have them all.
I think he said he had his last spell was blessed that he was going to use, so he's down on spells right now. But he does have 5 other potions of cure light wounds, so you can have one of those, which would be a 1d8 plus 3.
Yay, and back up to 7.
Nobody else was hurt, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I still have
Oh, you're
4
hurt?
temporary hit points.
The dog's hurt.
Yeah. I'm like 7 out of 13, but we're probably about to do a
You
rest
just ate
somewhere.
some. Never mind.
I have 9 health, but 4
And we
temporary
won't be
hit
resting
points.
until we get up that elevator.
That's true.
Okay, we're all,
Go now.
we're all on the elevator, rushing towards it.
Yep. You
Yeah.
guys arrive at the base of the elevator and can climb aboard.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Are you still flying?
I've landed now.
I assumed you landed. Sorry. Take that.
No, I'm gonna fly up the chute after it.
That sounds like a bad idea.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm getting on the elevator.
You gotta be careful with Andy.
Is there one single rope conveniently placed where we could just like and us up?
And roll a perception check.
Oh, God. I'm gonna puke.
Oh, that's a 22.
Yep. There is indeed a counterweight for this elevator
that with us
that
now.
is suspended.
Yeah.
He's not going to communicate. He's just going to cut it.
It's
Or bite it.
so, and this is the southern elevator. So if you remember, as you guys approach here, the southern elevator has various chests that are filled with gold and silver and precious gems. They've been stocking this thing. There are a pair of slaves that are still sitting here and sort of shifting the weight around on top of this elevator. At the center of this elevator is a large metal chest that you recognize from what you were given at the Tower of Alchemy.
Well, don't open that.
How heavy
Yes.
is it? Is it like the same size and everything? Yep. Okay.
Same. It looks like an identical version of that
Maybe we
chest.
should take it with us.
Oh, remember, it was heavy.
It's a
That's
two-man
true.
carry.
And we're in a hurry.
We don't have that horse.
As you
I'm gonna go hop up to the rope, the counterweight, and just kind of hang from it.
well, it's in the air.
Oh, it's in the air.
Yeah, it's in the
not
air.
like something we could just.
No, it's not.
slide
Yeah,
from the ground.
no. It is a large stone counterweight that hangs a good 40 feet in the air.
Good thing you can't get it down.
It has a series of chains and ropes attached to it that go up into the ceiling.
Okay. Any sign, like any clue as to how to operate this thing to get it to go up?
Well, the ladder,
side
the elevator has grips that are locking it onto the ground. There are 4 of them each around the elevator. As you approach, there's a couple of slaves that are loading this elevator, and Cyclops points. She goes,
We must just detach these.
Quick.
All right.
Detach these.
she'll
Slaves,
lean up against on the crates.
I'll do what she.
Can we
Yeah.
The slaves will go over and begin once they see. And
I'll board the elevator.
On board?
What he
as,
said.
as soon as you're up on the elevator, she turns to one of the slaves. She goes,
Give the signal.
he runs over to a horn, blares, and you see this horn has this long corkscrew that puts the end of the horn up towards the mouth of the ceiling. You hear a loud and undulating horn blast, very distinctive, that fills the chamber.
Oh.
And after a few moments, you see the counterweight begin to lower, and you feel the jolt as the elevator begins to rise. Rather quickly. Right.
This is surprising.
Whoa, whoa,
I shall speak as we arrive. You are sought.
Salt?
Well, what?
Yes, listen to the lady.
You are sought.
Salt.
Stop.
Sought. Oh.
Vitar
Right.
seeks you.
Well, I have a feeling diabetes will get him soon.
Well,
So yes, let her do all the talking.
Who are you? Who do you serve?
whom do you serve?
Ourselves?
Sorry, man. Sorry.
I couldn't hold it any longer.
Accurate.
We don't have like white hands anywhere, like painted on us, do we?
Might as well.
We don't. We serve ourselves.
Yeah, we just.
We are free people.
Some of us.
We are free
Some of
people.
us.
Instead of that scared me. We are free people. You can't be too.
Well, she's apparently serving you now, so.
I owe you one of my lives, honored elder.
Well, with one of those lives, you will be wealthy, Cyclops.
Is your name really Cyclops? Is there anything else we can call you that's.
Side.
She turns her blank eye socket at you. She goes,
Among my people, I was called Dark Eye.
Cyclops. I like
I don't
Cyclops.
know, Dark Eye's got a nice ring to it.
Cyclops was a name given by Farik.
Do you prefer one over the other?
No.
Clops?
That's stupid.
D. Dark Eye D.
Oh, that's not too bad.
If this serves.
Susan?
Oh, Susan.
Susan?
I just thought I would
So
make a
as
suggestion.
as you guys ride this elevator up through the chasm, you pass another elevator on its way down. This one with a large group of guards and several torches illuminating the area around you. They don't really notice you guys. They're just on their way down and pass you. Nothing to see here.
Stop. God, we need a leash.
Leash, we need a muzzle.
Looks like about 20 guards on their way down.
We should probably get him fixed. We need another eunuch.
Huh.
And you can see at the top, you can definitely see daylight approaching. There also seems to be some kind of apparatus over the mouth of this roughly circular opening up here.
What do you mean by apparatus? Like a...
Looks like some kind of beams that have been laid out over the opening that you are approaching.
Ask your girlfriend what this
Do we need to dock or something?
No, it will come to a stop. And I will speak.
Yes, listen to her. Let her speak.
I am.
You watch. She takes her hand, which you can see begins to glow yellow, and she presses it into her chest, and you instantly see the wounds begin to close and her body begin to regain vitality.
You wasted a healing potion, and she can heal herself.
Well, I mean, she wasn't dead.
Beside the point.
She wasn't supposed to go down that fast.
Well, let's make her feel welcome.
Finally managed to get stuff on.
Now that she's working with us.
Well, welcome,
It helped I
Susan.
got 2 nat 20s back to back.
And I got a spell of fire.
Spider hat.
Yes.
It was because of me.
Yeah.
I'm so proud. So, as you approach this landing platform up here, sure enough, your elevator begins to slow, and you see that there is, in fact, a large pulley system that, the wheel of a winch, from which a large chain wraps itself around that is suspended over this platform. As your elevator slows, a couple slaves run over with guiding poles and begin to guide the elevator up a nice smooth pattern to the docks with the edge of the platform. And as it does, they rush forward, and a not very overweight elf, but he's a little chubby elf is there at the dock with another one of those clay tablets that you saw, and he's marking them off. He has an abacus, and he sort of shuffles his way over and goes, "What is this? What are you doing on
What?
There should have been at least another 500 pounds of gold. Who are you? You are using the mines elevators. I did not see you go down." Cyclops steps forward.
They are with me. They are on a mission. You will not ask them the questions.
Was that a Jedi mind trick?
It's like, oh, okay. Like really, really obviously freaked out by her face. My mistake. So sorry. Shuffles by and rushes over to the chests and crates and begins counting them off. And you guys are free past the docking point.
Oh, I like that. That was lovely.
You are.
What do we see ahead of us?
All right. So.
What's ahead?
This is a part of Tor Taisad that you've never seen. In fact, you're fairly certain you're not in Tor Taisad anymore.
What?
The surrounding area here looks to have been built into the side of a mountain. It's a stone building that looks almost like a villa with a large central courtyard that is a hole in the ground
This could almost
deep into
be
the mines.
lovely.
This villa was built on the side of a mountain and looks out over the dunes.
Is there a pool?
Not anymore. There is a large hole in the middle of the courtyard.
That's probably the other elevator.
The hole is big enough to house both elevators simultaneously. You can see there's another square area where the other elevator could have docked.
Yeah.
There are no guards in the immediate area, just a number of workers that are shifting freight off of this elevator. But you do see several stacks of those metal crates that you saw that there was one of on top of the elevator behind you. These are open and unused.
I'm gonna look at Cyclops and is it safe to be here? How do we need to lay low?
This is the Arcania mine. It is not for outsiders to be here.
How far are we from Tortaisad?
It is down the hill. Do you wish to return to Tortaisad?
We have to go get
Do we got to
Malcolm.
get Malcolm?
Yes, we have to go back.
Well, but the whole city could be looking for us. They collapsed the tunnel behind us.
Well,
Do they know that it was us?
right,
Of course,
they saw
had a
us go
message.
in. They
a
couldn't.
message delivered. Cyclops, do you know what the message said that was delivered to?
Yes. Vitar, the Vizier, he seeks you.
Well, there you have it.
You are wanted.
Well, fight hard, Malcolm, are best friends, so maybe we don't go back.
I mean, I'm okay with it, but I really don't want to bring this up. But they will kill Geppo, which I'm fine with.
Well,
But I don't want you to be upset later when you
old
remember.
softies.
I think he needed to die a very long time ago.
Hold on. He has things that we need. Or, yes. that we
Malcolm
need.
or Geppo?
Guppo.
He has gold.
Yeah.
We can get more gold. We know where it is. We can go get some more.
Whoa. Well, I do know we need to rest somewhere. We need to lay low. Recoup.
Well, we can't do it in Tortaisad, and I don't know that
Apparently
it's
they
gonna
were
be-
not welcome here either. The
Right.
Arcadians.
Miss Dark Eye Cyclops, ma'am, is there a
Susan.
place we can go? Susan, darling.
Karen.
Don't you love it when you put a lot of work
Have
into a
Karen
name
Yep.
and we just completely botch it?
Always nice.
I think Susan suits her.
Always
wonderfully.
satisfying.
I can give her a different name. Ermagard.
Karen. I was expecting Karen.
She hasn't asked to see the manager yet.
She is the manager.
Right, she can't be a Karen. Gertrude.
If you were to return to Tortaisad, Vitar is there. He will see you. He seeks you. For now you know of the Arcanium mines.
I mean, I don't really care about these mines.
I just want to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell anybody. I just don't care.
Who are you? Why were you here?
I gave Malcolm the message.
Ooh. That could work.
I could change my face.
That's
I
right.
could change everything.
That's right.
Of course you can.
It's normal.
I don't like the idea of you going by yourself, though.
Could she take one of your slaves as her own?
I only have one slave.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Honora is a free elf.
Okay. Banab.
Yeah, she could. But no, I could go with it. It's fine.
Wouldn't he be recognized?
That's the only thing, right? I think all of us would be recognized. I mean, do you think? What about
Especially
the dog?
the dog.
Yeah.
The dog
dog
has
is
caused the
genuine.
most
Everybody
problems.
hates the dog the most. You just ripped a man's penis off.
That's normal.
I've seen a dog do that. Well, what about Susan?
She's gonna be recognized too, right?
Right, but she's allowed to be there.
Not for long.
Well, that's a good
The
point.
guards ran back and most likely told that fatso.
I mean,
No,
we could just
they
go
believe
find.
They think that
she's
she's dead. They ran away when she fell down.
Oh, that's right. So they, well, some people
Well,
have
that's funny,
seen
her body-
Yeah, but they would just think that she
We
was.
took her hostage.
Oh shit!
Well,
We'll find her body. Then
we
she
could
was
just
spotted
go
letting us out
find.
upstairs.
What if
Just
she
go
changed
kill
her?
the fat man.
Yeah.
The guy at the elevator saw us come out with her.
Let's just go kill the fat man.
Again.
Well,
she
then we're
could
just
be
gonna
thought
run
of
into
as
the
a
20
hostage.
guards.
We'll kill them too. It's alright.
How about we just get out of here?
We need Malcolm.
What?
That's the whole point
Well,
of
if
coming
we
here.
leave
Vital's
here,
best
where are we
friend.
going to go? We can't go to the garden.
Vital's the one who wants us dead.
They'll kill Geppo, which is fine, but
What
we
does
can't
Thor think?
go to
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Oh, your voice sounds different.
Yeah.
No, man, I just want to maximize synergy.
Nice.
Direct workflow.
Oh,
God. Okay. That was a waste of time. And
So where do we want to go? Do we still have the map? I mean, we can't go to the garden. Do we want to go back to wherever we started, that little tiny dusty village of nothing? Because we know what the Pasha is.
Bard, what do you think?
I'm like digging in the dirt right now.
Back to the garden?
Well, we can't go back to the garden empty-handed.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We can't go there. We have to go somewhere
They
else.
want us dead too.
We
Yeah.
really
Everyone
made a
wants
name
to
for
stand
up.
ourselves.
Just making just a
And we'll see how it
never-ending
works.
list of friends everywhere you go.
Well, where are we going to wait for you? We can't stay here.
D, do you have any suggestions?
She has so many names.
Oh,
It just almost like royalty.
Sorry, I just like acronyms.
Klopty.
wish to send a message to Malcolm.
Can you?
To
Blackheart
leave.
Yes.
Yes.
We want him in person,
in the
preferably.
Tower of Alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you contact him?
There is word from the Tower of Alchemy. It was in the note. The tower has caught fire. It burns.
Oh no.
Vidar seeks Malcolm and suspects you of taking him captive.
Oh, they got him. I knew it.
Does
Well,
it
he
look like he's here
Burned in
with
the
us?
fire.
No, they stole Malcolm.
Well-
The garden people. They have Malcolm and Guppo.
I doubt the garden people are here.
Human thieves.
The garden people.
I don't think the gardeners are here.
Gardeners.
That's his name. Mhm.
What are you talking? The shapeshifters.
They're not here.
Yeah, because they took
Otherwise,
them.
Bard would have smoked them.
We were down in a cave.
They smell pretty
Why
bad.
were we down in the
Even I
cave?
can smell them.
Oh, well, I don't remember.
Did you even get your blue rock?
Oh,
Of
yes.
course I did. It's still right here in my pocket.
thank you for reminding me. Orange, it's time for a con save,
Lucifer.
buddy.
Con was
Same,
+4.
same.
19.
19. Okay. You're definitely feeling that the area around where you've been storing this blue rock is getting a little bit irritated.
I move it to another spot.
There you go. Problem solved. There you go.
Treat the symptoms, not the problem.
That's right. That's always a safe bet. So, with the rock repositioned, good. Hale and hearty again. So, as are you guys just staying in the courtyard here, or do you want to move?
We wanna move.
There is an exit, but it goes back towards the villa.
The what?
itself.
I mean, we want to move. We
So
just
you're in
can't
the
decide where
courtyard
we're
of this
moving.
villa, which is now a giant hole in the ground that goes down into the Arcanium mines. But the exit is back into the villa, which is in the
What's
mountain.
inside? Can we go inside and like
Didn't you
take
say
a
there was a
nap?
hill? Didn't you say
You're
there was
on
a-
a- you're on the
Vortex
side of a
is down
mountain.
the hill. Is this where you're talking about?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. You found it.
Let's see.
Right here.
It was there all along.
Where's Waldo?
I mean, I guess
Over
we
here.
can try to go back to that tavern.
Oh, then he'll surely find us.
Which one's the Tower of Alchemy?
The tower is the dark tower on the far side of the town.
Of
This one.
You're sure?
Let me put that up on the stream for everyone.
When it
The
costs
tower of Alchemy is the shorter, squatter
And
tower.
can we see smoke?
From where you are, now that you're looking, there does indeed seem to be a dark plume of smoke that is faintly visible from where you're at. You don't really have a good line of sight to it, but if you get out of here, you might be able to see the actual town beneath you. Because there is a wall around you that's preventing you from looking directly down into Tortai.
Could we just walk around the wall to the other side of the tower?
Wait, I got it.
What?
Maybe Faitar's only after us because he thinks we took Malcolm.
Yes.
And if we show up there, he'll be like, "Oh, great, you're here. Well, where's Malcolm?" And we'll be like, "Oh, we don't know what happened." And then we can rescue him. Oh, we're true heroes.
Or maybe he's behind it.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it's going to work.
Why would he be behind Malcolm disappearing when?
He wants Malcolm for himself.
Well, we know the garden people want Malcolm too.
There's 3 groups
Who are
of
the
people who
gardeners?
all want Malcolm.
Yeah, but those garden terrorists.
They aren't here.
How do we even know if he was actually taken? What if
So
he's
it's been a
dead
little
by his
while.
life himself?
What if he's
They
dead?
just
It's
said
been-
he's missing.
It's been a little while. The slaves have finished unloading the elevator.
Can we go inside
It
the
wasn't that loaded.
He can,
And the elevator's going
burrow.
to start lowering down. Interestingly, you can notice that the winches have started moving on the other elevator.
We need
Let's
to move.
go.
How many supporting ropes are there for the elevator?
So the ropes are the ropes are only on the elevator. It's a long, heavy chain that draws the elevator up. There are suspension ropes on each elevator that keep the elevator suspended to a central chain. There's also a safety chain that keeps it on there, so that the whole elevator doesn't just come loose if one of the ropes is cut. But in order to keep it stable, there are 4 suspending ropes on each elevator.
I can cast Firebolt at it. Or we could just move.
Yeah, let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
There's
Rather do
multiple elevators.
So as you go towards the entrance to the villa, you can see that there is a large, very dwarvish from Thoric's reaction, railcar that is here on a track that goes down into the mouth of the villa. The entrance to the villa, which would have been a house entrance at one time, has now been repurposed into a mine shaft that has a gentle grade down the hill.
Well, let's
Should we hop in and go?
This has
Absolutely, we
a
should.
large.
This is
we can
one
all
of those
fit.
plants that's like
Oh,
Do you
yes,
want
we
that?
are 100%.
All of it flip?
Oh yeah, no, because you guys took that elevator up before it was fully loaded. So with everything that the slaves have put onto this mine cart, it's not even half full.
What's on the mine card?
The gems, the chests full of gems and gold and
Oh,
silver from
perfect.
the
Oh,
we don't
also-
need Gumbo
do I
after
not
all.
sense this?
Also, yeah, I told you about
We
it.
don't
It was on
need
the
Gumbo.
elevator.
Let's
You rode
go.
up next to it.
Let's take this minecart, go on down,
There's
get
also-
the chest, we leave,
Yep.
and we will go to Jazak. Perfect plan.
Turning
I
a
think
bullet.
Andy just had a mini heart attack.
So Cyclops puts a hand on your shoulder.
This goes to the Tower of Law.
Oh, no. We don't need to go back there.
That'll lead us right to all the gods.
Yes.
Is there one of those things where maybe halfway there's like a stick you can pull or something and then the track goes somewhere else?
The track doesn't go straight to the tower, right?
I have taken it before. It goes straight to the tower. The tunnel continues beyond, but I have never been down there.
Oh, Where's the thing? Where's the chest that you opened and it burned you? Let's.
We dropped it off.
dropped it
already,
off.
Remember?
No, there was another one.
There's one on here. It's
It's loaded
closed.
onto the cart.
Well,
Yep.
what do you say we open it up and push the cart down?
Yes! Yes! That's exactly what I was thinking!
Oh, God.
If we had the same
Call it
idea, it makes us
distraction.
a good idea.
Great distraction.
We're doing it. No, Owen, you've already opened one, so you can open the next
I
one.
open it. Away from my face.
All right, so you climb onto the chest. You climb onto the cart. All right, and there's a large metal chest
This is such
near
fun.
the center of the cart that looks like a jewelry box.
Yep.
It has the double opening on it.
And I point it away.
Wait, grab
Don't,
the other
don't,
gold chest.
You're not going to be able to
Just
point
stay
it away
away.
from yourself. You're just
Stop
going to
it.
have to open the top of it. It weighs more than you can lift up and without like lifting it with your whole body.
Alright.
It is a very, very heavy
Can I
chest.
lift some of the other gold out?
Sure.
Oh yes, of course. We're
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to
Couple of-
loot. We're going to loot the cart and take some gold, and
Yes.
I'll have some, Nora will have some, Bernard will have some. Just
Well, we might not
Do I,
have
do
time
I
to
sense
loot
this
around.
relief in
No,
you?
just-
Yeah. I
And-
relax.
We'll hand a small bag to a Cyclops and be like, here's your first payment.
Okay.
Doug, do you want some of this? Do you have like a bag?
We'll split it later. We'll figure it out later.
Do you have a
All
little
right.
doggy
So
bag?
everyone's grabbing like a handful worth of gold.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Got
Since
it.
I'm in there, I grab.
Now,
a
these are
couple more
nuggets.
than-
These are not processed gold coins. This is not mined
fine.
nuggets. All right.
We're
So
fine with that.
Is there any
Take what we can get.
scrolls or anything in it?
no, it was. This looks like they found precious gems and gold and metals
Ooh,
while
I
they
have
were mining.
emeralds. I'm gonna
Okay,
take
I'm
some
not
emeralds.
interested.
I want some emeralds.
Interestingly, you don't see any blue ore anywhere in this
I
cart.
don't want any of that. It's tacky.
There is that conspicuously dark metal chest at the center of the cart with the double door opening. It's very, very heavy.
So I'm like leaning like this
There's no
and
safe
grabbing
way to
it, and I'm gonna
Okay.
pull the door open, and then I'm gonna hop out of the cart.
All right. As you do open it, where's everyone else in the chamber?
Outside of the cart.
Yeah, definitely not in the cart.
Okay. I need everyone to roll a reflex, a dexterity save.
And I'm just screwed.
Yep.
Do you want me to roll one for all three of my people, or do you want me to roll three?
Is this a saving throw?
Just roll one. Yeah, just roll one.
Is it just a saving throw?
It's just a saving throw.
What's
Dexterity.
the dex?
Woo!
Do I even get a chance?
9.
Wait, if I roll a nat 20,
No.
Can
9.
I,
Gary.
No.
9.
I hate all of you.
22.
6.
6.
11.
11. Okay. Cool.
Whatever, I'm burning too, man.
Wow. All right. Only
You're nice.
Eve has the presence of mind to look away from the cart, and even then, the brightest day you've ever witnessed is visible through your eyelids as you look away. The entire room is lit by an incredibly blinding light.
What about Cyclops?
She only has one eye.
Is her one- is her one
Her
eye
other
okay?
eye even sees the light.
Even yeah, the dead eye nerves are picking up light. You can see through it again.
It's a miracle.
So,
This is one good thing I've
as this
done.
entire room lights up with the fiery intensity of a sun, Orn, you are completely blinded by this light.
What?
And
Blinded by
Not
the
half.
It's a light so bright it's almost deafening.
I
How
revert
does a
back to my
light-
reptilian ancestors.
Yeah.
Your senses are being overwhelmed.
Okay.
I revert back to my reptilian ancestors and start licking the air, hoping I can find out what is going on.
All right, roll a intelligence saving throw for me.
I
God.
think that was a +1. 15.
Now a negative
Okay.
5. No. You manage to remember your way off the cart as you stumble free.
That's a bad idea.
I'm just
It's a
licking.
great
As
idea.
the rest of
Licking the cart
as the
rails.
rest of you are fumbling around on the ground,
I'll assist him getting off the car.
feeling your eyeballs begin to liquefy in your skulls.
Nope, I got my
Can I,
cloak, I got my wings
Can we
around me,
close?
my
The room-
eyes are closed.
The room begins to grow very warm for all of you.
All right.
Wait,
All right.
Ooh, I
all
better
right.
feel this
I'm gonna
light.
I'm gonna use.
I bet it feels amazing to me.
Orn, that side of your body that was feeling particularly warm where you had that stone on you is now getting much warmer.
Quick, push the
In
car.
fact, I need a con save from you.
Can I?
Push the car.
Gary.
We need to push the car
11.
out of here.
Gary and Bard and Melusine, all three of you begin to feel a deeper connection with your magical affinities,
I thought you were gonna say to each other.
and maybe to each other. I mean, you're close. You can almost taste the magic in your mouth.
What does it taste like?
Coffee.
I was going to say rainbow gumdrops, but
Can I stumble around and try to find the
boy,
car?
coffee's probably the best real world analogy for magic that exists.
Right?
Short
I
of
would say,
crack
like, cocaine.
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 Wait, what about tequila?
Do the magic now. Sorry, what?
Tequila.
In the coffee.
That just makes you kill people.
Oh.
Which magic does
Woo!
well.
Can I sniff my way over to the cart and
Yeah,
start nudging it?
can I wobble over to the
I
car
want
and
to
try to
I'll
push
even
it?
help try to
Any-
push the car.
Push it out of here?
I'll be
There was
Stop.
clearly a locking latch here that was holding this cart in place.
Oh.
So
Thank God I didn't.
yeah,
I didn't get
that
dragged
was
away
towards
with
the end of the cart that was further down the tunnel. So any of you who want may roll an intelligence save to try to get over there. And
What the person
My
in
con
the
save was
city?
11, by the way.
Can I do a perception?
so your con save was an 11.
Yep, and my intelligence is a nat 1.
Yeah, your
23.
13.
all of you hear the sound of a lizard losing his lunch as Orn doubles over and
Ice particles come out?
you're populating you're populating the area with loot for the next group. So rarely does the party give back, but
2 questions.
Orn pays it forward.
2 questions. One, can I roll a perception check to go sniff my way over to the latch
Yes,
where
yes,
people
you
go
can.
and
Good
go
thinking.
regularly.
Yep.
And then 2, is the smell of his throw up more appealing? Like, I'm just saying,
I
it
mean,
just came out, and
I think
might
it's
not be
I
able to
think
help
it's
myself.
going to need to be a
What
wisdom
is
save.
it? You and me and our bodily fluid.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Gorilla
All right.
voice.
Y'all are
Does the
best friends.
16 save me
I
from
don't-
his?
Yes.
I feel like there's
Does
some
what?
stories there.
Does
That
16 save me?
No, there's no
Yes,
story.
yes, it does.
Okay.
Bard,
All right.
managing to master your
They're part off the puke.
doggy
The human in me.
doggy
just-
instincts.
Don't do it.
Wait, there's a human in
You
it?
were a legend.
you were a human.
You're
You
a
guys
human?
don't know that shit.
So as you reach the front of the cart, you find the metal locking pin, basically, that has been latched forward, and
I'm gonna blindly just try and.
roll an athletics check. And
Wasn't she?
I rolled a 23 on my
Yeah.
intelligence.
oh, I'm
check.
sorry. No, you're able to get over there too. So
Oh, okay.
together, the two of you roll the advantage.
Yeah, I rolled a
Or-
7.
I mean, I have hands.
Are
Can
you
I not
guys-
be the one to
Yeah.
like
There you
pull
go.
the
I
thing?
was
Roll-
her guide
Roll
dog
with
over there.
advantage. Yeah. Yeah,
What
you-
am I rolling athletics?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait,
With advantage.
Wow.
17.
17. Melusine, you pull the crank back, and all of you hear the cart begin to roll down the chamber.
I
The
just
room
stopped moving.
begins to grow dim after a few seconds after the cart goes silent. You all begin to see the room growing dimmer again.
Oh.
Eve, after the cart grows dim, you can turn around and look again, and you can see that the room seems to be darker.
Yeah, I undo my wings,
definitely
undo my
darker.
cloak, open my eyes. Ooh.
The room is definitely darker.
The
Also,
look and smell burns.
there are faint silhouettes of lighter stone outlines of your party members on the wall. Orn is like hunched over, Ralphing. He Ralphed so much that there's actually like a faint lighter silhouette of his
Make sure
brow.
Gary and
Fluid.
Cyclops'
Yep.
hands were
Yeah.
where we could see them in the outline.
There's
Our life expectancy just dropped 20 years.
yeah. The room is almost like caked. You hear shuffling footprints coming from shuffling footsteps coming from the entrance to the villa as the heavy-set elf sort of stumbles in. It's like, man, oh, bells, fire! You opened the chest. What you fools!
We didn't open anything.
Can somebody Spartan get this guy down the hole?
Yeah, I want to push him.
What were you thinking?
Wow.
Sorry.
Did we just go from a neutral campaign to an evil campaign?
I mean, we're kind of on a hope.
But
murder
it's
hobo.
fun.
Sir,
You're
what are you
corrupting
talking
us.
about?
How am I corrupting?
What's your light? You opened the
I'm not the
chest.
one that did
Where's,
it or said it.
where's the? Oh no! You have let the cart go.
I don't know what you're talking about. There was never a cart here.
I didn't see anything.
It was right there.
We didn't see anything.
I
It was
don't
in
see
front.
anything.
Don't you go anywhere. And he turns around
Somebody
like
Spartan kick him. Sorry.
Let me grab-
Actually, could you come back?
Nope, he's shuffling off down back towards the elevator room.
Alright,
Can I fly and go snatch him?
Yeah, you can run out. You can fly after him if you want to.
Yee, I'm going to fly.
Okay.
He wasn't
You
running.
never
Was
gave
he
me the
running?
stats for any of those other things.
Did I not?
No, I haven't gotten anything.
I'm sorry.
Because I want to.
Your move is 60 feet. if that's
I
what
know.
you're-
Yeah, I know. Flying speed. Flying is 60 feet. I want to
Oh, okay.
try out.
Your new toy.
Yes.
Ooh.
All right. So we're actually at a good breaking point. So we're a minute past when we're going to take the break. So I think we go ahead and take the break now and just have a little bit shorter break. We had a long break last time, so a little bit shorter break this time. And I will get you that before we get back. That gives everyone a chance to take care of the facilities. So we will be back here at 8:45. Don't go away.
Tower of Law.
Hopefully.
And we're back. So yeah. I think
Did we nuke the place? Tower of Law?
it could be inferred that you did in fact nuke the Tower of Law.
Oh, I'm gonna watch.
So
Did we bring marshmallows? We couldn't
Eve.
find them if we did.
as you fly down the corridor after him, it's not very far to the mouth here. You can hear commotion coming from out in the courtyard. What do you want to do?
I'm going to grab him, pull him back in, and he needs to roll a Constitution.
Okay. As you grab him, he's going to exclaim.
And I will cut that off with a kiss.
Oh.
Okay. So Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Do you want to act this out?
Okay. Mod 20.
Didn't we say that even if they fail, they take half damage?
That would be if they succeed, right? Even if they succeed.
There
That's what
was
she
one that, well, it didn't.
That's what she meant. If they succeed.
Yeah, you're right.
No, there was. Remember, we combined two different ones.
Yeah.
It was like even if they failed, they still took half the
You mean
damage.
succeed.
Even if they fail, if they succeed, they take the full damage. If they fail, they take half.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
I did this research with him, not with you. So shush.
I think girls.
Where's the cat?
Where is it?
Where's that cat?
I think that's Silver Tongue that you're thinking about.
Alright, the coffee's brewing.
No, that's not. Okay. I don't know what that was. I remember it, but I don't. That's not what I have here.
You would have to check the manual, whichever manual. I thought we had combined
Okay,
that
so
and the other.
that's what it is. So you regain hit points regardless,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't do any harm to him if he passes. Even if he passes, you regain hit points, which you do, but he's not going to suffer harm.
Okay, well, I'll just take my dagger and slit his throat then. Okay, listen.
Always a viable plan.
I don't have anything on dagger.
and get that experience.
God. 7.
Nope. And he's going to wrestle free and run away down the corridor. He's not grappled.
I'm gonna grapple him then.
Well, no, that you have to do that instead of your attack.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow at him if you're done.
Can you see?
I'm done.
Oh wait.
Can we see?
Yeah. Can I see?
I think only Eve could see at that point. So
Okay. Then
all right.
never mind. We're good.
So, scared out of his mind, the chubby little elf runs down the corridor, screaming and hollering and calling for help. Eve, you're standing there in the corridor. What do you do?
Go back to the party zone. We need to leave.
Sounds like a good idea if we could see.
And
See, Nigel?
now can we break the elevator?
How you're gonna fall down the shaft before you can find the right place?
Now can you break the elevator?
I can't see. I'm worse than I was there. I was in the light.
So I just want to
All
finish.
right. Okay, I can. Each person can hold a hand. Another 2
Wait.
people can put a hand on my shoulder, and someone can grab my tail.
Have you been talking to me?
Yes. Good idea.
That was in game.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. You just talked.
Right.
wasn't.
You just
That's
talked.
not his. That's not Bard's voice. That can't be.
That's not Bob's voice. I mean,
See,
really.
That's it.
Okay, so now you're talking.
Oh shit! You,
All right.
you don't see it. I proof. I proof gloriously out.
You're in a tunnel. The only exits are down the tunnel and down back towards the mouth of the tunnel that you came from.
Yeah, where the fat man went running.
Yep. Dark Eye is looking at you.
How? Is she
One eye.
We recovered for
Well,
our
she
sight
knows.
now, right?
You know the way
We can
better
see
You guys
than
can,
I do.
you guys can now see at roughly close range, but your eyesight's still a little.
Has it been like we got dilated?
Yes, it's like your eyes were incredibly dilated, and your eyes are definitely going to hurt.
Well, Dark Eye, you know this area better than we do.
Where do you wish to go?
We can't decide.
Well, there should be a big distraction down there with what we just did. And that
Hopefully.
crazy fat elf shouldn't make any difference. All we did was send a nuke. Of course he's scared.
Yeah, we don't even know
But
what
we
that
need to
thing
get out.
does.
We need to get out of here.
I agree.
Okay, how? Where? How?
Well,
Where? And how?
Shut up.
I say where you wish to go. I will tell you.
Home.
is there a way out or down this mountain with that allows us to circumvent toward Tassan to where we could not be seen?
Yes. Come.
And she leads you back into the back down the way that you came, up a side a set of stairs, and she leads you up onto the outlook of the villa. So from here you can see Tortaisad below.
It's a tower of law.
How many fires are there
What is this
now?
tower of
Beams
law
of light
going
just
on
shining
down
out of
there?
every window.
What is happening down there? The tower of law.
Justice is being served.
So
Both towers at the end are burning, so,
So-
we've
Yeah.
done a great job.
from where you guys are
We've
standing,
just surrounded the city with fire.
where you guys are standing, you don't notice any change in the Tower of Law. It stands high in the evening sky, in the afternoon sky.
Rhymes.
There definitely is dark smoke rising from the Tower of Alchemy on the far side of Tortaisad from you.
Well,
Looks as though a fire or some kind of explosion has blasted the roof off of the upper portion of the Tower of Alchemy, and it is billowing dark smoke into the sky, where the wind is gathering. Interestingly, to the west of you, you can see a dark cloud on the horizon that spreads all across the horizon. A wall of blackish brown soot and sand
Unrelated to us.
billows towards Tortaisad.
Are those storm clouds?
Dark Eye rolls by.
I've been here before.
You know what this is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this
A sandstorm approaches.
Sandstorm.
Oh, no.
Oh, somebody play
Don't
that
like
song,
sand.
please.
No,
I'll have it ready whenever
let's
we,
not get muted.
Yeah, you're okay.
Oh.
Are we muted?
I don't think we can make it to any city but this one. We need to get indoors.
As you look out over the town, Dark
He might
Eye.
still be moving. I can't hear us.
Dark Eye. Oh shoot. Is that better?
Hold on, I have a delay on mine.
That should fix it. That was my fault. I forgot to unmute it. Note to self: unmute the microphones.
Oh, there we go.
Well, I wonder if all of that was still recording.
It was still recording.
Okay.
But yeah.
Just haven't peeked out. Little quiet section.
Yeah.
So we have
Nearly-
the sandstorm.
Nearly 10 minutes of dead air. So to recap, the party.
We got bread.
To recap, the party escaped the. You guys released that cart, which had a blinding, something as bright as the sun that rolled down at the passage. Then you guys ran back. Eve tried to tackle the elf, but he got away. And while he went back to the elevator room to get help, you guys went up a side passage, and now you're on the roof of the villa, looking out over Tortaisad, where you can see the dark billowing smoke from the Tower of Alchemy. That is directly in front of you, and behind you, towards the west, you can see that a sandstorm is approaching the settlement.
Is there a way into the city from here?
She points down, and you can see that there is a narrow stone walkway that sort of jackknifes down the hill.
Yeah, that was the cart path, right?
No, this is a stone path. This doesn't look very regularly used. Looks very old.
I guess it's our only option. We got to get inside. We're not gonna make it outside the city.
I agree.
Well, she
I don't
couldn't have
stand
pointed
like
this
that.
out to us before they sent the cart down.
You couldn't have seen this. You guys didn't ask her to go down to the city.
Yeah, it wasn't until we got to the city that we were able to see this. We're blinded by the mountains.
Do we
We knew the cart went down to the Tower of Law
happen
Yep.
to see any?
in the city.
Yep.
Do we happen to
So
see
we were
any
going to
unusually gifted slave children that can take us to their home and get us parts to our? Oh, nothing.
Not in this universe.
Not this universe.
Nope. Nope.
Gifted in pod
Nope.
racing.
Nope.
Are there any kind
Nope.
of like large cracks or holes or caves like in the mountain side that we could like duck into or something?
Well, yeah, there's a big dark hole in the middle of the.
Not that one.
What is it?
So-
Will a sandstorm hurt?
Yes.
Yes.
It will. It will blind. It will probably kill you.
With your skin, yes.
Literally just cover your eyes.
Just shred you
No,
like
no, darling. No.
Yeah.
You don't see any from here, Melusine.
Okay. Well.
So, are you guys?
You just go down. We're going down the path.
All right. So,
Yes.
as you head off down the jackknifing stone steps,
Carefully.
they're wide enough and far enough apart that you guys can manage your steps on them without falling down the hill. But it's uneven terrain, not comfortable, not a comfortable walk by any means. As you make your way down this hill and closer towards the town below. And after a little while, you begin to see the terrain darken ahead of you. It begins to grow darker, even though it is midday. And you realize that a great shape rises behind you.
Oh.
I look.
It is a sandstorm
Oh,
that begins to
Oh.
billow.
That's gonna be a dragon or something.
that would have been fun.
A sandstorm billows across the western horizon, completely blotting out all of the terrain that you could see in that direction. As it begins to approach the villa behind you, you realize that you have scarce time until it is upon you.
Oh yeah, I started booking it for the tavern
Yeah.
wherever
Yeah.
we spent the night.
Okay,
Yeah,
well these
that's pretty
stone
good.
steps go to the base of the wall. They don't go into Tortaisad.
Well,
So
we're
there's
booking
no-
it however we can get to the tavern.
Okay.
There's
Yeah,
no gate
we
or
run.
anything.
Dark Eye will lead you down the stone steps, and she's quite limber as she charges down the hill ahead of you. I need an athletics check from not Orin. We'll go with the average. So either Eve or Gary, you guys can make an athletics check for the party.
Why? Because I'm too good?
Definitely the
You're
road.
too good.
What makes you think that?
You definitely do not
Is that-
want me
oh,
rolling.
okay.
I mean, you would be the lowest comment, like the
I thought
lowest
Melusine.
member.
I thought probably Melusine. No, you
modifier
probably
for
you.
this one. I'm the outlier of the
So
low.
Melusine or Eve, the
I'm
two.
minus
One
3.
of you.
We can only go
plus
as fast
0.
as Gary.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Only strong as our weakest link.
17.
Very good. With your focus, Eve, you're able to help Gary and Honora as they begin to lag behind. And for the briefest of moments, you think you hear shouts coming from behind you, high on the hill.
And Nora's lagging.
Honora's lagging. She's not as well. Eve helped her.
Oh,
So
we're
she-
going to have a talk.
Okay.
It's not acceptable.
God.
She's jeopardizing our safety.
All of you can hear faint shouts coming from up the hill behind you.
Is it cry?
Like,
What kind of shots
Kinda
are they
shots.
for help or?
Like they're in pain.
There they are.
no,
Stop!
don't worry about them.
How do they see
They'll
us?
die in the sand. It'll be fine.
As you look up the hill, you can see that there are Galthani miner guards from the mine. They're pointing.
They're children.
No, they're grown. They're pointing down the hill at you. They're also like not moving off the villa. They like just stay up there. A couple of them
I
shake
wave.
their spears at you.
Yeah, I'll wave. Hello.
And then we continue on.
A couple of them like wave down at you. couple of them like do this.
Like as they're about to be swallowed by the sandstorm.
They're going back inside. Yeah.
Well,
You guys are outside the city walls.
It'll be fine. We're fine. We'll survive. You're right.
It was coming from the west or the east?
It's going.
East.
It's
The
coming.
east.
It's coming from the west. You guys are currently going east.
Yeast?
Maybe you'll be able.
West.
Maybe you'll be able to outrun it.
Of course we can.
Well, maybe you can wedge yourself against the hill.
So, as you're reaching the bottom of the hill here, you reach the bottom of the wall ahead, and Dark Eye runs up to the rock face, and she starts feeling all over the face of the stone.
Quick, let's help her.
So you get up to.
What are we feeling for?
Yes, there's a hidden opening here.
What does it feel like?
What would?
Your hand will go into it.
All right, I will help.
All right.
I'll help too. Is there anything you got to roll for that?
Anyone who wishes may roll an investigate check.
But, since Bard is great at finding hidden doors, apparently.
That's true.
21.
21.
Can I sniff anything through cracks?
Roll a perception check with advantage.
10.
10.
14.
Okay.
Warren's not.
It's on the side
not
of the wall.
bad.
That's still not much better. That would be a 11.
Okay.
She got 21.
I had 21.
Melusine, as you press your hand to the wall, you realize that there is a minor illusion here that your hand passes right through.
I found it.
Yep. And you feel a kind of a rotating lever. Before Dark Eye makes it over there, you're able to rotate this, and the wall opens in a passage just big enough for a person to pass through.
I go in.
Let's go.
All right. You guys walk into a garden.
Oh
No, another
A beautiful sod-floored sod yard. This area is just absolutely beautiful. There's no one in it either. You can hear
Okay, any structures?
the sound of the wind beginning to rise on the horizon behind you. There are beautiful elven villas to the left and right. They're in the Galthani style. They have large tapestries hanging in open windows, and looks as though people have retreated further inside these buildings There's also no one out here. Interestingly, in the center of this almost courtyard is a large stone obelisk that rises. You're in the bottom one on that map.
Okay.
In fact,
Any particular
that
shape,
up
or
for
it's just
everyone.
just an obelisk?
Penis-like shape.
It's a stone obelisk.
That's the word.
Yep. And you guys are in the bottom one. So you can see a villa on your left and a villa on your right, an obelisk directly ahead. And on the left and right-hand side of that obelisk, you can see bubbling fountains of water.
I jump in.
Of course you do.
Well, which one do you jump into?
To the right. Or the southmost. The south rightmost.
Quick, we need to take cover.
Well, yeah, I'll go wherever you guys are deciding to go. I'm going to just
Um,
get a little bird bath before I do.
is there one of those villas that's closer to us?
Dark Eye, what are these places?
This is the Elven Quarter. The
It's very
nobles
small.
live here.
Oh! Well, we're with my people. I love
We
it.
should seek shelter. Honored Elder,
Which one?
you will not last long in a sandstorm.
Of course not. Which one should we go to?
You had a tavern. Yes.
What?
Tavern.
What
Tavern.
about the tavern?
You had a tavern. Rooms. Yes.
Yes.
Well, let us go there.
Oh, it's too far. We need to be in one of these. The storm. Are we going to outrun the storm?
We have some time.
Sorry, I can't stay with your nobles.
Is this little outer gate
Do you
open
wish
or is
to-
it closed?
The outer gate has no guards posted and no one is open.
Well,
Oh,
that
yeah. Okay.
drow woman.
That was the simple
awfully
answer to the simple
rude.
question that you asked. Sorry, that was so difficult for me.
The drow woman was awfully rude.
You had peasant food.
So I don't know that she
Wow.
would actually let us in. She wasn't going to let us in before. We did give her
I'll
extra
get
money.
you, my pretty.
I say we should just stay in here.
I mean, if this is a safe place for us to be, I'm fine with that.
Is this safe for us, Susan?
Wish to stay here in the Elven Quarter. You will be found. Vitar lives here.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
one is
so,
his house?
So let's
Let's
go.
go to the tavern.
Points to the largest
We need to sleep.
Yes,
the
we do.
largest
I
villa
agree.
here in this quarter.
Is there any place underground we could go real quick?
Oh, why don't we go into Faizar's house?
No, we need to go sleep. We need to go to the tavern. We need to go sleep.
Yes. Let's go to the tavern, get a room, and lay low.
It's so nice to put so much effort into getting the names right and like lining them up. I'm glad it's really appreciated.
Oh.
Ah,
You can't go
so
to Fartall's house.
Fuck off. Pick number 3, my lord.
So yeah, let's go to the tavern.
Fine.
Thank you.
I take off.
making haste, you rush towards the gate. As you approach the gate, you can see that there are twin doors on either side of the gate, and as you rush through the gate, Bard, and out into the main courtyard, you are near the Temple of Baal, which is right across from you.
Baal's life.
Yep. As the rest of you rush through the gate, the door opens, and one of the Galtheri guards goes, "Oh, goes down!" As you run out and you like head out, and he goes, "Never mind." He like locks the door, closes the heavy latches.
Is his shift almost over?
Manner of speaking.
We have a good history of
So you guys
ending
are
shifts.
out
This
in.
shift.
Oh look, it's break time.
Your watch is ended.
Oh. As you rush past the temple.
What kind of laugh was that? I'm gonna have nightmares.
As you rush past the tower, the Temple of Baal, you can see the Matron's Pleasure, the tavern that you stayed in when you
It's
first
called the
arrived here.
Matron's Pleasure?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the owner is a drow.
Yep.
All right. As you reach the Matron's Pleasure, you begin to feel the faint spray of sand on your skin,
I
And
pick up
as you
pace.
look behind you, you can
Look
see
at
that an
pace.
entire billowing dark cloud has completely enveloped the hills north of Tortai Sod and has reached and has begun to reach the Tower of Law as it sweeps in over the town.
Why do we always end up at
Is the
this,
door
the
locked?
door of this tavern?
The door
just
shut?
completely
I told
desperate.
you.
We
I-
always end up
I
being completely
told
desperate.
I charge the door.
All right.
Let's start it. We'll try to open the
So,
door.
Orin, as you
Look at
slam
that.
into the door, Gary opens the door and it pops open.
So I don't break the door down?
No.
Can I roll
You
it?
just
Sure, roll
into
a
the
strength
door
check.
like an idiot.
It was
You
me.
go out the
I don't
back.
break the door.
Okay. So Orin slams right into this thing and Gary reaches forward.
As he opens the door,
The large hulking human guard who stands nearly 7 feet high, just covered in rippling muscles,
I'm 6'7".
stands at the door. You just got it's like hanging jaw as you come in. Looks at all of you.
stands up.
Move.
Motions for you to enter into the waiting room.
Mm-hmm.
And behind the counter, you see the drow woman who greeted you but the night before. She sitting there with her little coin counter on the counter as she
She's still counting our coins from
like,
earlier.
She quickly throws a satin cloth over it. She goes, "Well, good evening. Welcome back to the matron's pleasure. How may I serve you?"
We're just escaping the storm.
Oh,
And we need a rest.
Yes, we'd like to get some
will
rooms.
it be the storm shelter fee then?
Well, how much would be for some rooms? I believe we need a rest, a proper rest.
She's going to charge us
Did we
extra.
already
Well, yeah, she's
check
charging
out?
us extra for storm sheltering too.
Well,
Not that we're sleeping in a storm shelter.
Yeah, she's taxing.
Oh, this isn't within our 24 hours, is it?
I believe you are after the 20. Yeah, no, after the 24 hours. The 20 hours was up the night before when you guys stayed in the Tower of Law.
Yeah.
Don't think you'll be able to use those
Yeah.
quarters again.
What?
You could always go back to the Tower of Law.
No.
It'll be warm there.
It will. It will be.
Sandy.
Well, do we want to get rooms?
2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
How much?
Go back out there.
So how much for the night?
That would be 20 gold per room. Now,
well, we'll
for this number of characters, I believe I shall require you to purchase at least 3 rooms.
You can't require us.
Oh, but I can. Fire code and all.
You guys listen to a fire code?
I do.
What's that
She
code?
points to a very obviously self-written note that requires.
Does it look like it was put up today?
It looks like it was totally written in a non-official hand and then plastered to the wall, stating that this establishment allows no more than 3 individuals to share a room.
Well, how about
So
Doctor?
3
Would you like
rooms?
to
It is.
share a room with me?
Oh, God.
I'll pay for it.
I would be honored.
Well, it'll be one for just us 2. No one else.
We will be here.
Absolutely.
Slam down 20 gold.
We won't be
Yes,
here.
No argument.
We
We
don't
won't
want
be
to be
here.
Slam
right.
down 20
We
gold.
need to be on the
Okay.
opposite side of the building from that.
We won't be hearing creaking beds, creaking bones.
I'm
So many
gonna
times.
lean down and pet the dog because I don't think anyone else can hear me. I'm gonna say,
Does your
she's
tail
gonna meet
top-
my Cyclops tonight.
The dog commits suicide.
PK'd herself.
Do I take trauma damage from
Whoa!
psychic?
10 psychic damage.
Psychic damage.
My tail tucks, and I walk away.
I'm gonna have to write
Oh.
a song to try and predict this.
So,
Regular
The
TV.
battle
It's
is
one-eyed Cyclops.
Oh no!
cringe.
We are
Cringe.
never, ever, ever gonna adventure together.
Oh. I think that's where we have to call it. It's just there's no coming back from this.
Right. Well, one
So,
room for me.
episode Cyclops.
One room for you,
Gary's
my
one-eyed
dear,
Cyclops.
I'll give her the
and for
20.
your animal.
Bard, who do you want to stay with? Or dog, who do you want to stay with?
Yeah, the dog can stay with us too if you want
Yeah,
to.
do you want to go stay with
I'll go.
both lovers?
I'll look at Bart go mentally. Knock knock. It's Eve.
Rough. I'm gonna. Is the harp in the other room? The harp in the waiting room? No, or the little lounge area?
Yes, it is.
The kitchen. Is anybody playing it?
No one is currently playing it.
Oh, I'm gonna go over to the harp.
Oh, now keep an eye on your dog. He's not to be wandering.
Dog.
My
Anora, go get that dog. We need to do something.
Okay.
I shall
So-
remember how I performed in front of the 3,000. And I shall play the harp.
Oh boy. I believe we rolled a performance check last time.
Yep. That is a 14.
Okay. The sound of a crashing harp echoes through the room.
Oh.
There almost was a melody to the sound of the crashing as this thing. She like squashed. Now that would be an additional charge for any of my damaged property. And she like shuffles out of the room.
Anora, go get that dog.
I'm gonna actually walk up to the dog and grab him by his nape
Fine.
and pull him
Somebody
up.
get the damn dog.
Do I need to do a strength check? How much do you weigh?
Like 30 to 45 pounds.
Oh, I don't even need to do a strength check.
A young elf girl comes rushing out from. She looks like she just got up. She's still in her night shift, and she like comes rushing into the room and like immediately rushes to the harp. Like, checking the.
You should probably just take this into your room.
Why would you? Why? Can nothing be left alone?
It's
Sorry,
Animals.
the dog thinks he can play instruments.
Like struggles to lift the whole harp and take it back to her room.
Would you like some help?
I have it.
All
I'm
right.
fine.
Not from you.
Can you please keep your paw things?
Keep your paws off.
Yes.
Paws off, mouth off. Just
Don't mouth off. Don't.
be still.
If your dog is
You
to
trying to
be,
poop? I checked my feet.
if your dog is to be staying here, I shall require a 20 gold deposit for the damages.
Well, it's her
So
dog.
what are we at now?
It's not
100
my
gold?
dog. You know, we could just get rid of the dog and then we wouldn't have to worry about it.
No, we're at 80
Novel
gold right
idea. My door awaits. You can hear
Are you
the
going
sound
to
of
behave?
the door begins to rattle as
now. I drop you.
wind beats against it.
All right.
80 gold.
Why are you looking at me?
You're the noble.
I paid for my room.
Well, I paid for me.
Pay for your own room. Dog, you can come into our room. You can sleep with Bernard.
I guess that leaves me with
He won't be
you
any more
and
trouble.
Thorpe.
I suppose that shall be your responsibility for the deposit then.
Fine. 20.
20 gold.
Fine. Here.
If you're taking the dog, it's 40. for
Most
you.
reasonable.
20 for the damage.
Yeah, that's what she's
We all paid
thinking.
for ourselves.
So she's
Now-
great. She's forking another 20.
Okay.
Now then, she looks at her dwarvish clock piece on her a timepiece on her wrist. Now then, your time out will be tomorrow at 4 in the evening.
Right,
Wonderful.
Mrs. Now, do you know what happened? At the Tower of Alchemy.
The Tower of Alchemy.
There was smoke coming from it.
Yes, a dreadful explosion early this morning, I believe.
Any word of what might have caused it?
Supposedly some vagrants from out of town. We're She like pauses. Nothing to do with you, I'm sure.
We were in the mines.
We were down in the mines.
The mines?
Oh. Yes, we're looking for Malcolm.
You were looking for Malcolm.
Yes, he's gone missing.
He has.
Yes. He has.
The magistrates men were here to see me. I
Well,
told them
Do you know where he is?
I hadn't seen hide nor hair of you for over a day. They
Us?
seemed. Yes, they asked for all for information about all outsiders. I see there's some merchant who's in town. Too good to stay in my establishment, but he has villaed himself in the Tower of Law.
Oh.
They're accepting applications for bodyguards. Or so I hear.
Oh, sounds interesting.
Oh, I wonder why that is.
Oh, yes, he's a caravaneer. One of the
And
barbers.
he thinks he's too good to stay here.
Oh, they all do, my dear.
Ugh, I can't believe it.
Well,
Some
this
people-
is a lovely establishment.
If we needed to get a message out to either tower with the sandstorm, is there a way to do that?
Oh, you can't get a message over to the Tower of Alchemy. It's in flames still.
Well, the sand will
All
put it
that
out.
alchemical fire, you know.
Sand might put it out.
Dreadfulness.
What about the Tower of Law?
Tower of Law? Well, perhaps once the storms pass.
But just not during the storms. How long does the storm usually last?
Oh, could be a few hours, could be a few days. One can never tell.
You can't tell. Okay.
Well, let's go take a nap. I'm tired.
Can I talk to everybody separate or together?
Of course, the sitting room is
need
yours.
we need to make sure our
Of course,
sleeping
the
arrangements.
sitting room is yours. Nylia will be playing the harp this evening. Please keep your dog in
I
command.
swear to raw, if you do anything
Should we
else,
go
I
have a
cost
talk
more money.
behind
I
one
will
of our
split
rooms?
you.
She returns to to the main room, and you hear the gleeful counting of coins.
Can we go up to one of the rooms?
We're gonna go to the rooms.
all get behind a closed door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So.
I jump on the bed.
Of course you do.
So the way that I feel we have maybe a few hours before she can send word out that we're here.
I
So
agree.
I think she might have a way to send a message out, but based off what she said, it doesn't sound like there is a way with this sandstorm. But I don't know.
I'm sure if we paid her enough.
Right.
She
Well,
find
she
a way.
seems like money's the only way. I don't think she'll be sending word that we're here. I think she believes that we're looking for Malcolm too.
No.
Yes.
She's going to turn us in.
Oh, no, she won't.
Yes, she.
Yeah, she will.
She's a bitch.
What?
Not
See,
your kind. I'm so sorry.
they think that
He's a
they're
man.
too good for her. Why would she turn us in?
Female dogs are called bitches. I wasn't wanting him to get excited.
Fair enough. So we need to go ahead and try to rest up.
Of course.
Someone needs to go on watch. Not the dog.
No.
I'll do it.
And we can take turns so that we all get our rest.
Who's going to stay in this room?
We'll just say that we're going to split up in different rooms, whatever rooms that they allocated for us.
Okay.
I'm
So
already
I
on
think
this
you
bed.
guys bought 3 rooms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So
We'll go to our separate rooms and try to get a rest.
all right. You all head to your rooms, and who's going on watch? Eve.
Going on first watch.
Okay.
I'll go on second watch.
All right. Thork's gonna go to sleep. He needs an 8-hour rest in order for him to get his spells back, and that's what he communicates.
I'm fine, so.
Okay. As you take your watch, another 4 hours passes, and near the end of your 4-hour shift, Eve, you hear the pleasant sound of harp music coming from the tavern, coming from the sitting room
Better
below.
than our dog.
Hopefully the dog is passed out and doesn't hear it.
Oh, at 4 hours, I'm good.
The storm only gets worse, though. You can hear the rattling of the door, and the windows, which are plugged with heavy wooden plugs, shake all throughout your time here.
So who's going on second watch? Is there a library?
There is not a library. There's a sitting room, though.
Are there books and scrolls or anything?
No, there's a bar and a hookah lounge.
That's where you find your knowledge here.
I'll go to the hookah.
Okay.
Can I get up and go with her?
No.
You're not in the
I'm
same
going
room.
with her.
No.
You're not even in the same room.
I guess you can
But
get up.
Where were
I
you
mean,
watching? Were you watching
Do you,
the hall?
do you, do you scratch the door?
You go.
I'll
you're,
open the door.
you're in the room with us. You're not allowed to leave.
You're sleeping, right?
Yeah, you're
I
asleep.
4 hours.
Oh, okay, you're awake.
I'm an elf.
You open the door?
I open the door.
Poof.
If he goes,
I poof.
Yeah.
I poof out the door
if he breaks
into the hallway.
anything, we dump him into the sandstorm. I'm not paying for anything else.
I'm right by your side, but I just moved from this side of the door.
Bard, did you hear me, Bard? Dog? Sorry.
Bard dog.
Bard.
We know his name is Bard
Look,
because of the
be
name
a
tag.
good boy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I guess you do have like a name on there.
My legs are kicking.
Did you understand?
I'm like,
Gonna kill this dog.
Do you want to go listen to music? Let's go then.
Alright, I'll start my watch.
As you enter the sitting room, you can see that there are.
I started my watch.
Oh my gosh.
As you enter the sitting room, you can see that there are a couple elves sitting here on cushions around the hookah as they smoke from it.
Ooh, get the dog high.
And they're across the room, the elven maid that you saw earlier is playing the harp.
Gary's attempting to work magic upstairs, by the way.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw up. You ever seen two raisins rubbed together?
Oh, man.
She wasn't described as being old.
No, she's not old.
He's the only old one.
She's
Yeah,
just
she's
scarred.
not old. I'm
Okay, a raisin in the grape.
All right. She's
He just lost some viewers.
Well, you
she's
must,
surprised.
you must be tired.
We don't need it. We don't need
There's
it.
only one bed here.
We don't need to act this out.
Yeah.
We can just imagine.
this
So-
is an important scene. All right?
No, it's not.
No!
Gary,
It's
I
not
got-
the scene
I got
she
some hot
wants.
butter left
Hand
over
to the
from the
sandstorm.
dwarf.
you can tell.
The dwarf gave me some hot butter.
You can, you can tell, Gary, that you can tell that she doesn't think of you that way as she climbs into bed and instantly goes to sleep.
Red
To sleep
zone.
off her wounds.
She just gave you the cold shoulder.
He's gonna roll over and
It's not like she was trying to ignore you. It's just you got the impression she didn't even think of that.
Spooner.
Yes.
he's gonna like touch her shoulder and
So Gary's not taking no for an answer.
Oh wait, you said
Does she have a?
She turned me down?
Well, no. I mean, she didn't even realize.
You weren't doing a good enough job.
Oh,
You're.
So he's just gonna wake her
she's like,
up.
Hold on, I want sex.
I'm an elder. Yes,
Well, that's rounded elder.
you wish the bed.
I wish I shared with you.
Yes,
Well,
you are welcome to.
you know I might be an elder orc, but I'm still a young whippersnapper.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh,
we must
please
step
fail, please fail.
It's gonna be
Perfect
fun.
choice of words.
17.
Her eyes raise.
One of them.
And good. Her eye rises, and the camera pans left. So we head downstairs.
Title
So does
for.
Gary.
well, that's some accurate roleplay there, Gary.
Don't hear me.
Well done.
Wait, roll for a heart attack.
I don't want to.
Hard attack.
Heart attack.
Ah!
I like my ears
18.
raised and I just kind of whine a little bit.
Athletics, -3.
You hear a door thud open, behind which the storm billows quickly, and as the door slams shut, and there's
Well, that's fast.
commotion in the city, in the main room, the foyer. That word.
I'm gonna peek my head around.
All right. You see a familiar sight to you. One of the dwarf workers from the Tower of Alchemy. He looks a little disheveled, and he's wearing a thick robe that he's pulled the cowl back to, and he's talking to the drow woman at the entrance. She's
Can I hear him?
like, well, if you're not ordering a room for the night, I guess there's nothing I can do for you. I'm not going to let you knock on every door here just to see who's spending my night here. Who's spending a night in my fine establishment.
I'm gonna not peek around the corner and just listen.
Are there any like cushions or blankets I could hide under or behind?
You're in the sitting room, so yeah, there's plenty of sitting cushions.
Can we hear what's going on?
Mm-hmm. We heard the this like muffled voice coming from the room.
Did this happen during the second watch or the?
This is second watch.
I'm gonna peek my head out the door. What was that?
Orrin, you can hear the dwarfish voices. It's like, I didn't have time to be handing out bribes to each and every tavern in this downtown. I've got to know, are they here? And if they are, can you get a message to them?
Is it Malcolm?
No, it's just a dwarf. You recognize him as one of the workers from the Tower of Alchemy.
But he was just a worker.
Oh, just a worker there.
Yeah.
I'm probably closest.
You're in the sitting room. You can definitely hear the commotion, but Orrin was deliberately listening there. Do you want to go to the foyer and listen?
Yeah.
All right. So now you've heard that.
I'm gonna relay that back to her. What's being said?
I'll go out and speak to him.
How far away is he from me?
Orrin's near the entrance to the sleeping rooms. You're in the sitting room.
I'm 8 feet.
I guess you guys can see each other. You're like 10 feet away.
Knock knock. It's Eve.
Oh, hello.
Can I talk to you?
I guess.
I don't like just entering people's minds without their permission.
How? What? How? What?
It's part of what I am.
Yeah.
Wait, should I go talk to him?
I think Melusine's about to. So if you want to meet her, this is weird.
Wait, weren't we all sleeping?
I only needed 4 hours.
Finally, the dwarf like slams his hand on the counter. He goes, "Dammy, and damn all your dark-skinned kind. Get a message to them if they're here, and tell them that Malcolm." No, never mind. And he like turns around.
I rush out. Quick, I'm gonna run.
Go.
I rush out.
Be like,
Dwarf, sir.
Hey! Oh, hey! I take it back, milady. He, like point as she's like counting her coins.
Would you like to come with me, please?
Hey, indeed I would.
I'm gonna usher him back to our room to talk.
All right.
But I want to be included in this.
I must insist upon collecting a fee.
No.
He's not.
No.
He's not
staying.
All right. I shall give you but 1 hour. No more.
3.
1.
One is
2.
enough.
1.
1.
Sold.
I'm gonna bring it back to her room.
Well,
Well, actually,
coming?
let me
Yeah,
go to
go
someone
ahead.
else's because Bernard's probably still sleeping.
Gary's definitely asleep.
We can
after
go to
what he
our
was just
room.
doing.
Yeah.
Alright, let's.
It's only Thork in there right now.
Who cares about Thorpe right now?
Okay.
Anybody wants
Right.
to come wake up Gary and Darka?
No, Darka.
Dark eye.
Dark eye.
Durka?
I-
That's where attraction is.
I go up and smell your door. I'm like, nope.
Oh, you smell that geriatric.
I think he's definitely still passed out then.
So back in the room, he like get the dwarf like quickly shakes his coat free of a bunch of sand in the room. He goes, so I'm here to tell you that Malcolm has left toward Taisad.
Where's he gone?
He's waiting for you outside the village, outside the town, near the edge of the stone mountains.
In the sandstorm.
Well, he didn't know there was to be a sandstorm today. Seemed like a good idea last night when we set the charges.
Charges?
Ah!
They blew up. The
You
tower.
blew up the alchemy tower.
Well,
That's a yes.
It was fine work.
I don't mean to mislead. Malcolm felt that it would be simpler to convince Fytar to let him go on an adventure with you if Fytar believed him to be dead.
Well, he's not wrong.
Well, apparently he believes we kidnapped him.
Oh, sure, and that's an unintended consequence then.
So
Now about the gold.
Assuming that Malcolm is surviving this storm, How can we get to him safely?
Oh, I'm sure he's surviving quite well. He has a number of all manner of contraption to endure on the waste.
And how can we get there through this storm without actually walking in it?
Well,
You saw all the sand on him. I don't think there's a way.
through the storms, no, that's the tricky part. I'm more thinking we're waiting until it be blowing over.
You can't stay here.
I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but since you're a dwarf, are there underground means that you may know?
Racist.
They like to tunnel.
God.
Well, there'd be the tunnel from the Tower of Alchemy to the Tower of Law, but since the Tower of Alchemy be in flames, and since that tunnel only be going back the other way, I'm saying no.
Just wait till
So
the morning.
You're not there.
I know, but just wait till the damn morning.
So, where is Malcolm exactly?
Waiting for
To
me.
to the east and south,
Southeast.
along the along the mountain
The
range.
seats.
See.
Seats.
So along here.
Yep,
Okay.
further to the southeast.
So we've got to get from wherever we are over here to there.
Yeah.
You've got to get out of the town.
Yeah, we're in the.
Yeah, I know we're somewhere over here. So.
Nope, you're in the. You're in the.
Are we down
Yep,
here?
there you go.
Right in there.
How the hell we go from here to here?
You didn't.
You said with the black obelisk. The black obelisk
No,
is
the
right
other one,
there.
the other
No,
one.
I didn't say anything about a black obelisk. This is the obelisk.
The other tower.
That's the Tower of Alchemy.
We entered in through here.
Yep.
And we left. We saw the Temple of Baal, and then we went around to the tower.
Just go with it.
That's what I said.
You said.
Yeah, he said that.
That,
What about
Okay,
a
never
large, like, contraption that we
so
can
we're
hold
not
over
too
our
far.
heads and the sand won't get to us?
Well, but the sun would be coming from every direction.
you guys, I mean, you were out there. Can you
Very
tell from being out there how long this thing's gonna last?
Oh, I've been in the town, ducking and hiding, trying to make my way between the taverns. See, Malcolm left me behind this morning to track you down and tell you what.
So you haven't been outside the city.
Nay, I have not.
Okay. I mean, can you tell how long this thing's gonna be here?
The storm?
The storm?
The storm? Nay.
Okay.
No idea how long that could take.
What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, how are we supposed to
Wait
get
it
to
out.
I suggest we wait until the storm
Wow, this
has
is
blown over
boring.
and then make our way out to the village, out of the town.
I need to kill something.
Do you have gold to get your own rooms?
A spell?
We don't have room.
I do if I need to. I also have this missive forged, but giving ye passage out of the town through the sally port.
What is a sally port?
It's a door. It's just that's all it is.
Well, it's the secondary gate, closed over and reinforced now some 100 years, but still viable, still a way out of the town and lightly guarded.
Oh, alright. Lovely. I guess you should get a room and we'll just wait.
Hey, I'll pay for the waiting in the room downstairs. As soon as the storm blows over, I'll take you out to the town.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Why are you shaking your head? You're not even there.
Because I want to say something, but you guys aren't doing the right thing, so I'm shaking my head like, yes, we're going in the right direction.
Doesn't mean
Trying to
that.
metagame nod at you guys. Like,
Oh wait, so I'm feeling this information. I think we should leave now.
Gary's sleeping. He ain't going with you.
Gary's a little busy.
Oh, Gary's already done. You sleep?
Yeah, he's done. He only needs a short rest, but he slept right through
Something
it.
was short.
Something gave him a really good rest.
So,
Bless you.
thank you. After another 4 hours roughly passes, Thork wakes, feeling fully rested, and you begin to hear the wind begin to slack off in the storm as the sky begins to clear, but not brighten as it is now into the evening. And you can hear the sound of the town beginning to wake up for the night.
I don't like them as towns.
Can I wake up now?
Hmm?
I can wake up now, right?
I knock on everyone's doors.
All right,
Yeah,
you wake up.
I'm definitely awake.
Yep.
Whoa. I'm gonna give her a little hug.
That's it.
I meant to do something about this. Would you
That's it.
would you roll an athletics check?
No, I cannot.
I think you should.
I kind of want you to roll a 1. I don't want.
Can he have
Only
advantage?
check I never want to roll.
No.
Can I give him advantage?
Why would he have advantage?
6.
6.
Oh god. 9 minus 3.
Yep.
6.
You get the distinct impression that her pity for you is vast.
Oh!
Oh.
So you had a good night.
Oh, God.
Let's go see what the gang's up to.
No.
The delusion is so painful.
Yep.
It's so realistic, though.
Hey, high five.
Fist bump.
Fist bump.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
We kind of walk in the room and meet up with you guys now. I'm gonna be extra happy with the dog.
Please don't touch us. Don't touch us.
What'd you do with that head?
Oh.
I'm gonna go to the dog, get on one knee, and get his head in my hand and start scratching his tail. That's a good boy.
You're his best friend today, now.
I'm gonna have this smell on me all day.
Good boy.
Can't you press digitation it away?
He smells really
Do that to his
Come here,
hands.
bud. Come here.
Yeah, I'm gonna press digitation them all. Yeah.
Prestidigitation can't remove the dark expression on Dark Eye's face as she comes
we all
downstairs. Yeah.
I feel like I should give us some.
Gary's feeling extremely confident.
Oh,
Of
God.
course he is.
Oh.
He does not pick up that dark eyes.
It's like that
Yes,
scene in 500 Days of Summer where he's like walking down the street
Yeah,
and
he
he's like,
sees Han Solo
Yeah.
in the mirror.
Yeah, it's
Did
exactly
they-
what I'm picturing. I'm like walking like all the guys. Yeah. Meanwhile, she's behind me.
I couldn't remember the yeah, you're absolutely right. That's it. Yep. So,
Dark Eye, how'd you sleep?
You're so mean.
I do not need to talk about it.
I understand you.
Yes, it's a secret.
Keep it safe.
I'm gonna pull aside.
If you need anything,
If you
let
need
us
to
know.
leave us, I understand.
Don't look at me.
I have a debt I must repay.
Not okay. You
Not
don't have to
anymore.
repay
Not
that
that
way.
way.
I feel like you're probably even.
No, it is not. It is not paid.
All right.
All right.
If you
Breakfast.
change your mind, we'll
Anybody
take you away.
We'll help you in any way we can.
Oh, God!
Wait, what? What? You're gonna do what again? What?
I own my triumphs and my failures.
You have privately. Oh.
Especially the triumphs.
Delusional.
Oh, who's this dwarf fella here?
This is our friend. Oh, we didn't catch your name.
my hold
I'm
on.
really rude.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
His name is I.
Shut up and go to bed.
Hi, my name's I.
Hi. Hey, I.
We have a dark eye and a regular eye.
Balaam is my name.
Sorry.
Balaam.
Balaam.
What?
William.
Valem.
Valium?
Balaam.
Valium. I'm very familiar.
Valum.
Balaam.
Valem.
Valum, sorry.
Be my name.
Valem.
Guy.
What a
And do we go now?
dwarves just have such
Is the storm past?
beautiful and unique names.
Oh, can anybody fill me in? What's
Oh no,
happening
he's
here?
writing a note.
Could someone fill me in, please? What's happening?
Why are you so happy,
He
dog?
sent word to us.
You feel me in?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
gonna
Yeah,
fill
fill
you
you
in.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
you're filled in now. Whatever.
She was still there.
There is definitely something going on
She
outside.
may not have
of this
been.
inn.
That's why she's
What
dissatisfied.
did you say?
Oh,
There's definitely something going on outside this inn, where normally the town. Well, okay, normally you guys only spent 2 nights here, but the night before, when you guys, after you guys got into the inn, and after you made it past the raging Denzians, the town got quiet. It's not quiet. You can hear shouts, cries.
Through the storm?
Yeah, the storm has faded. You can just hear the wind occasionally.
People who didn't get to murder because
Balaam
of the storm
seems a little preoccupied.
Balaam.
Hey,
Do you have a? It sounds like there's a lot going on, and I think we would like to get out of here unnoticed.
hey! Normally quiet at night it is here.
Normally,
Normally,
when we arrive, people want to just murder.
well, it's wise not to go outside here. Local folk been acting strangely these past 4 months.
It's nighttime?
Strangely,
4 years.
How?
4 years.
As in
It's dark?
turning into like animals.
No, they seem to react badly to movement and noise.
Like they're scared?
More attracted and made violent by it.
Only at night?
Only at night. In the morning, right as rain.
Well,
Sure, and we've got a number of well-armed and well-purported individuals waiting for the caravans to come back. And the city watches more or less lived and let die.
can you get us to Malcolm safely tonight?
I believe so, if your folk are well-armed and ready to make for the Sally port.
Will
I'm
we
ready
have
to
to fight
get
our
out
way
of
there?
here.
Very likely.
Well, we can wait till morning and be caught. Or we can
I got my daggers. ready.
fight our way there and get out of here.
I just want to leave this place. I'm so
Gary.
over it.
Would you please make a wisdom save, please?
He realizes
cocked.
that she's
It's caught. You
unhappy.
reroll
Nope.
What is
it. Size
it?
and a number, just
Alright.
no.
5. That's enough.
Oh, wait, no, 8, I guess.
Oh,
That's good.
you remember that the last time you saw her, Durko was in the stables here at the Matron's Pleasure.
What a great name for poor.
Wait, the last time I saw who?
Durka.
Durko.
Durko.
No,
Okay,
you
you're
said
playing
the
her.
last time I saw her.
Durko's a her.
Yeah.
She's always been a her.
Horse.
No, you said, okay. I thought you said the last time you saw her, you realized Durka was here.
Yeah, last time you saw Durko.
You just remembered the last time you saw Durko
Sorry,
was
it's
here in the
today.
stables 2 days ago.
Oh.
You're really getting into it all.
Oh, that's some tremendous role playing there on that
I
save.
thought you meant I meant like
Bravo.
a NPC or something.
Another woman
I was talking
delay.
to Valium.
Balaam.
Ah,
Look, we got a horse here. We get Durka too. But we can't all fit.
You have a type, don't you?
Oh,
Anything.
Let's go get the horse.
something that stands still long enough for.
I wonder if she's also displeased when he's writing.
Oh.
what do you mean? Also,
No.
The whole party's laughing, and you hear me say, What?
It's an elven joke. You
So
wouldn't get
the
it.
commotion outside ebbs and
Flows.
flows, but it definitely sounds like a fight is going on outside.
Oh.
Now you can definitely
Maybe they're
hear
distracted. Now's the time to go.
shouts and calls.
Agree.
let's go.
Quietly.
People
All
actually
right.
agree with them.
So
Quietly.
as you open the door, the
Muzzle.
well-muscled human stands at the door,
Treat.
like almost ready to like slam it shut if something goes wrong. You open the door and you look out across the wide courtyard of Tor Taisad. And across the courtyard, you can see groups of guards moving through the courtyard, surrounded by hordes of elves, orcs. The local well-armed mercenary populace is swarming these guards that are walking out there, torches held high, fighting their way through the courtyard, inspecting the buildings one by one.
Is there a back entrance?
No, we got the missive. We got the
So
missive to get
that's-
to this.
That's north of you. You guys are going south.
Yeah,
as
the south.
as Balaam like tugs on your sleeve and goes, "Hey, down this way."
Okay, let's go.
Good,
All right.
go.
I
Can I
need
grab-
somebody
can I
to
grab
make
my
a
horse?
stealth check.
Well, I'm gonna go look for the horse
Leave it to
too.
the
Right?
dog.
Why leave it to the dog?
No.
I'm the freaking rogue.
No.
Yeah, the rogue's definitely stealth checking.
16.
16? Very good.
Next time.
Mine would have been 24.
You guys make your way to the south.
Can I
Down-
grab Durko?
Hmm?
I want to grab Durko.
Okay. Well, as you go back in, almost like she has a second sense about it, there's the tall drow woman standing at the entrance to the stables. She goes, "Well, hello.
Hello!
Hello.
Did you forget something?
Oh yes, I forgot my horse.
Oh, I think you may have forgotten something else, friend orc. You see, there's a fee for boarding a horse for 2 days.
Stop it, no.
Well, okay, I have 3 gold I can give you.
Unfortunately, the fee for boarding a horse for 2 days is 30
Just
gold.
leave the horse.
Well, I literally.
I hand her 30 gold.
I'm not.
Oh, a pleasure doing business with you. Goodbye.
Let's go.
Can we kill her?
Well, thank you.
Please.
Later. Let's go.
Let's go.
Can I
You,
do?
you hear the gleeful counting of coins at the.
Is there? Does she have like any more pouches around her waist or anything?
Yeah, she's actually like almost bedecked in pouches.
Oh yeah.
Can I see her trying to walk up behind her?
I think you're focusing on Durko. You
Yeah,
headed
let's
out to go
just
get Durko.
We'll come back.
So just go.
This is
Thank you,
gonna,
Dragon, for the
this is gonna
gold.
be
Let's go.
Eve at night holding her dagger. that bitch Tortaisad.
I am not Arya.
Long little list of people who are
I
owed their
don't care.
comeuppance.
Okay.
I'm
We got
bloodthirsty
Durko.
and
Let's go.
All right.
other things, but
Alright, we
I'm
got
not
the horse.
like that.
We got Durko. Let's go.
We all.
Can I snatch a pouch as she passes by?
That's what I was gonna
Just
do.
gonna
Well, how is Bard going to do this?
Slide of
Blade.
claw
Slide of claw.
I'll allow it with
Oh.
disadvantage.
with disadvantage.
Yeah.
If you get caught, just
Can
act like
I
you're sniffing
attempt?
her butt.
Yep, exactly.
I thought you just did.
Oh, that was such a good roll. Okay, how about a 14?
No, sir. She moves too quickly. It's almost like she's deft to and very attached to her money pouches as she returns
Let's go.
to the front desk.
Firebolt the end.
All right. So you guys are heading down the back alley stealthily,
Romulus will probably be back.
led by your horned guide. As you make your way
Not horny.
down to the back alley, Velen leads you towards what materializes in front of you as what once was a town gate here has been sealed in with large stones, and instead a small portal remains here. And so there's a small doorway here, and a couple guards behind a door. I don't know why I said a couple guards. So you can see the light coming from a doorway next to the entrance here. Vellum. All right. So aim to show them Malcolm's missive. This should get us through the door. I need you to be quiet while I have a conversation with you. Right?
And when will we know we're clear to go?
Well,
What's the signal?
they'll open the door.
Okay.
So he shuffles over to the door, and I need a stealth check for the group.
Welcome back, Munchkin of Doom.
23.
Ooh, very good.
Nice.
Although
I do
the
not make that noise.
although the sound of combat rises in the distance, although you hear shouts and cries coming from further into the city, and the torchlight moves further and further into the city and begins to approach the matron's pleasure, no one comes near you. It's almost as if the noise at the center of the city is drawing more and more attention to it. After a few moments, Vellum returns and goes, "Hey, this way!" And the small door, you see like one of the Galthanic guards open the door for you.
Is
It
it
is a
well
heavily...
Is it well oiled?
It is. It is a well-oiled door that is very, very smooth. It's also stone. It's also a stone-set door, so they can basically bar this, and it becomes part of the wall.
Oh wow.
So he brings this back for you and ushers you out, and now you stand outside toward Taisad. The sky is lit with stars, above you.
The storm is past.
And to the east, you can see a dark mass all across the horizon, slowly moving away.
Well, Mr. Fowler, do you know Malcolm?
Balaam.
This way. He leads you along the rocks, down the mountain. You guys traverse for about an hour or so until he leads you into basically a crevasse in the rocks where Malcolm, the Blackheart, and a small group of dwarves sit around a campfire.
I'm so glad you're alive.
Hey!
How many are there?
There are 6 dwarves here,
So including
Vallum.
Aw.
There are 7 dwarves.
Because
Because I can't resist.
Wait, does that make Malcolm?
Well, now there's 8 dwarves because
No, there's
Snow
7.
White?
He
No,
said
yeah,
there were
6 there, and you guys just showed up with
Balaam is
Balaam.
7.
and now we have Thor.
Vallum.
Oh.
Oh, that's right.
Damn. So yeah, we got 8 now.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is
Off one.
I think you guys know what
So
you need to
there's
do.
Snow White and there's Rose Red, and then we got 8 dwarves.
Because I'm gonna hop off and sling that spider sack at him. Here we go.
So,
You're slinging a lot of sack.
That's right.
Wrong sack.
The sack slinger.
Sack Slinger, title of the show.
No, it's gonna be
Please
the
no.
Matron's
No,
pleasure.
The Matron's
No.
pleasure.
There was no pleasure.
oh.
The Matron's displeasure.
They looked for pleasure in the end, but there was no pleasure in the end. So,
Checks.
It happens.
as he rises, you see that Malcolm and his compatriots carry with them several chests with wheels on them. And they basically all have little push-pull carts with them that are travel chests. And they're all largely empty. They have a few packs of clothes and some packs of water and food, but for the most part, these chests are empty.
Yeah, it looks like you're prepared to load up a big haul here,
Indeed,
Malcolm.
I am.
Well, good thing we'll go into...
Malcolm Blackheart's not one to leave gold out on the waste.
Well,
I like you.
you might have needed to bring more, actually, Malcolm. We could make a second trip.
I didn't know that I can manage to carry much more than this.
Well,
Me and my lads are opportunistic.
good. That's how you should be.
We can fill these up, we'll call it a good haul.
Well, all right.
Shall we leave in the morning?
Yeah.
Why not
Leave
now?
the first light.
I say we leave in the night, travel by night, sleep by day.
I
Always the
agree.
safest.
I
You know
agree.
better than me.
What? Oh, okay. Never heard of
Let's
that,
go.
but sure.
Good. As we
How
travel,
got here?
you can tell me of what transpired with Faitar and how does you manage to get out of Tortasad. I heard a silly rumor that you went back into the mines.
What?
Who would do that? Of course. I mean,
Only a fool.
we had to rescue this angel here.
Oh gosh.
Pointed at Dark Eye.
Durgo?
Dark Eye.
Is she still with us?
Oh.
She is. She's
Oh.
my favorite out.
It's Declops.
He's like, the two of them share a moment of mutual disregard.
Right. Let's go.
End of that story.
Well,
Indeed
so
we
let's
shall.
go, Malcolm, then we can embark.
All right, so you guys set out, headed for the garden, across the
I
open
have
waste.
my map, and I'm just going to kind of circle where it's at.
Cool. So we'll pick up next time as you make for the garden. Along the way, I'm going to say you're heading towards the one location you know is between you and the garden, which would be the oasis, right?
Yeah, sure.
Unless you
Yeah.
want to deliberately try to bypass it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a good place to camp because it's a couple days to get
Right.
right?
Yep.
yeah.
It'll be at least 2 days for you to get.
Yeah, get more action.
No, wait,
Just so,
I think it's a week. I'll look it up. Whatever it is,
7
I'll.
days, I think.
just so we have it on record, how much gold did we loot out of that bin?
Yeah.
That's a great question. All of you can roll. It's all right. So everyone roll 2d6. Roll them separately. Whatever your first number is.
2.
Okay.
3.
I got
You get
5.
22 gold worth of copper
I got 5.
in nuggets. Be sure to write
and a
nuggets.
6.
56 gold in copper.
3 and
In,
a 2.
sorry, in nuggets.
Oh.
32.
32.
1 and 5.
Okay.
6. And
That's accurate, right? I mean, how is Bard going
6
to...
and 1.
Wait, what?
That was his first number.
So, Bard, you got a particularly large nugget. One very large nugget.
In my mouth, this giant rock.
Yep,
And I
you got it.
drop
It's
it
a
in front
wonder
of
that
you.
woman
All right,
didn't
so
try to take it from you.
The explanation here,
I guess
if you
the
the
novel
explanation
kills
is
you.
that the gold has different purities.
Or you
So
pay
you guys
me.
have basically
Oh.
some of you have more pure
Well, thank
nuggets,
you.
some of you have less pure nuggets. All right, so thank you for joining us tonight as we adventured our way out of the mines somewhat unexpectedly. Sometimes we prep for large sections that are never actually used, and that's because we choose not to railroad, no matter how much we want to. So, please join us next week. We'll be back here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll have a game for the next 2 weeks, and then we will be off for March 20th and resume the weekend after that. Thank you for joining us.